Hello everyone. Welcome one and all. Thank you for being here with us today. I am Rati Gupta, your host for today, and joining me is Reena, your co-host for today. We both work for Global Chocolates in R&D function, Mondelez, India. Today, we have gathered here for our grand finale of first season of Mondelez Mavens, a unique campus initiative for students from most prime colleges in India in the field of food science and technology. We have launched this in December 2021. The aim for this initiative was to provide a platform for students to come up with bold ideas and build themselves, and also get first-hand experience of Mondelez cultures, and in turn, we get to find our future technopreneurs. And what a fantastic journey so far. Let's hear more about this journey from Reena.
Thank you, Rati. So Mondelez Mavins is Mondelez India R&D's exciting new campus engagement initiative, and it has been on for almost 3 months now. It started out as an ideation statement where students were asked to submit entries. All the entries were then screened and evaluated, and the top 16 teams were chosen, who were then given a new case study, this time one with a broad societal impact, where the students could select the finer area which they wished to work upon. Our internal jury then reviewed the second set of submissions and zeroed down to the top 6 teams, who were given their very own Mondelez mentor to help them further build the case study and detail out possible solutions and back them up with data and analytics. After this rigorous process, here we are today in the grand finale of the first ever Mondelez Mavens with the top 6 teams who will present to us the work that they have done. I can't wait to get started, Rati.
Yeah, Reena, same here. Thanks, Reena, for taking us through that, marvelous 3 months journey. And let us extend a warm welcome to our leaders, Varinda and Hargo, who will be kicking off the grand finale for us today. So Varinda is Site Director for Mondelez Thane R&D Technical Center, and Hargovind is our People Lead R&D. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you, Rati.
Thanks, Rati.
Great. So really pleased to see this progress. As Rati mentioned, it's been, a really roller coaster last 3 months. And I'm sure you guys have enjoyed the journey as well. I'm sure you guys are equally excited as we are at Mondelez. I know the team has been really working hard over their holidays even. So firstly, let me start with saying thank you to our team. And thank you to all of you as well. I guess you also had to bear a lot because, we had to go through COVID third wave during this time as well. But I'm sure, that even did not dampen your spirits. So well done, everyone. I'm sure, the excitement is there, but I'm sure you probably would be a little nervous as well. So here's what I would like to say to you that, as much as the destination is important, the journey was worth it as well. So I would say continue to enjoy your journey. So I am going to quickly, give you a little bit of a refresher in terms of, who we are and what was in it for you and why we are here. So you know that, Mondelez is a global conglomerate, $27 billion in net revenue. We are, of course, company that is very well placed, both from our business fundamentals perspective, from our, ESG programs, from our drive in terms of democratizing snacking. So truly snacking made right. This is a company that almost operates 70-80% of the universe. Wherever you can get, basically wherever you have inhabitation, we most likely be present there. So hence, I think it's an exciting place. It's an exciting organization to work for. Little bit about our Thane Technical Center. It's one of our youngest technical centers in the network of 14 global tech centers across the globe. We basically, in our current avatar, came into existence in 2018. Again, the center is built with a soul. It's not a building of brick and mortar. It's a place which we call home. We call it Thane Technical Center, but what it really means, and I'm sure you guys have watched that video where we have tried to explain what we think TTC stands for, which is teamwork, technology, and consumer centricity. And that's the spirit each of us bring to this place every day we come here. It's of course, an opportunity for you to be part of this organization, be part of this culture, progressive culture, and really, build a legacy for yourself. This is a place where magic happens, where you really convert the ideas into reality, and this is where the innovation is born. This is where some of the icons like Silk, 5 Star, and now even some of the global products like I think Fuse are born. So welcome to this competition again, and thank you for all the hard yards that you have traveled. I wish you very best for the competition and for the finale today. And I'll pass on to Hargo to say a few words.
Thanks, Varinder. And so good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the finale. Very heartening to see all of you here today with us. It's been a hard-fought battle so far, and we are very glad to have you here with us today. Compliments to you for making this far in the journey. The road has been steep, but I'm sure all of you have traveled well and enjoyed it too. And I'm very proud of our association with the top campuses and how it is helping us stretch the contours of building right skills and capabilities for so many students across institutions. And I'll be honest, we benefit from your participation too, and immensely. It's a mutual association. We learn from your experiences. It's an undertaking that keeps innovation and sustainability at the front and center of it, and makes way for great exchange of thoughts, builds, and ideas. As I look at this journey, I can't help but think about how deeply this whole journey is connected to our very own philosophy of growing and developing talent at Mondelez. Among other things, we talk about the deep functional expertise and adding shaping experiences to build capabilities. The program has been tailor made to offer you exposure to the functional area, and yet in a very unique way. It also helps you to add shaping experiences to your profile. So you've stepped out of your comfort zone. You've thought unconventionally, worked hard on your ideas, collaborated, and managed all of this, like Varinder said, during a tough phase. And we had to go online with a lot of our initiatives. So kudos to your spirit of going on amid all these challenges and keep progressing no matter what. Wishing you all the luck. May the best teams win. Winning is important, no doubt. Still, what is even more important is what you do with your learning. And as I see it, there is a huge learning which has already accrued to all of you so far. You've developed or perhaps refined some highly relevant skills on critical thinking, strategizing, partnering, collaborating, communicating, executing, and maybe a lot more. So how you leverage this learning from here on is going to be important for all of you. I believe that the program has helped you grow in confidence and feel proud about your accomplishments during the course of this journey. We are proud of you all. And once again, wishing you all the luck for the finale and looking forward to your presentations today. Thanks.
Thanks, Hargo. So let the moment of truth begin. Back to you, Rati.
Yeah, thank you both for taking us through and sharing your thoughts on what's in store for these young talents for Mondelez as well. Okay, thank you for your time. So, Reena, it all boils down to coming 3 years to get our first made in Mondelez Mavens, right? Do you know, but to get started, we are still missing one thing.
Missing something?
Yes.
Yes, our grand jury. The participants and the audience don't know anything about the jury for today. So let's go ahead and introduce the grand jury for the grand finale.
Yes, please.
We have with us Subhashish Sarkar, Senior Group Leader from Amia Chocolate, Geeta Parab, Senior Group Leader from Amia Biscuit, Pushkar Bogle, Group Leader Amia Chocolate, Sanjeev K. Sharma, Group Leader Amia Chocolate, Ashish Singhal, Process Development Manager, Beverages.
And we also have Ranjit Kakre, Senior Scientist to Beverages, Komal Dalvi, Group Leader, Packaging, Gum and Candy. We have Rohit C. Kumar, Group Leader, Research Operations and Digital Transformation. And last, we have Achal Thakur, Senior Scientist for Global Analytical Sciences. So we have quite a mix of expertise today, Reena.
Sure, yes. Quite a lot of expertise on the screen.
Yeah, a mix
And
of
with us today.
chocolate, biscuits, beverages, gum and candy, analytical science. I don't think that we did leave any of the functions from R&D. Can we have the judges on the screen, please? Hello, everyone. So, Reena, it always like in our times when we go for, our exams day and results day, we used to have, marks kharab hai, ya teacher ka mood kharab hoga. So let's find out what's the mood of the jury today.
Absolutely.
Any thoughts, jury? You're in good mood to score the teams?
Yes, in a very
much
good
excited.
mood.
Yeah, very excited to
Exactly.
hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
All excited.
Nobody is in bad mood so that we can,
No one is a sneer grower here from Shark Tank. So
Yeah.
people should be very much comfortable.
Thankfully, you bring that Shark Tank. I was having something in the script. That's no problem. Yeah.
Our jury has spoken in unison and everyone is super excited to get started.
Sure. Thank you. These are our jury for the today's session. Now, Reena will take us through some ground rules to start off the presentations.
Okay, so the ground rules for today. Each team will be given 10 minutes to present, followed by 15 minutes of jury question and answer session. A buzzer will be sounded at the 8th and the 10th minute of the presentation, and at the 15th minute of the jury Q&A session. Please ensure that you conclude your presentation in the stipulated time, and all conversations should be parliamentary. No unparliamentary vocabulary is allowed.
Yeah, constructive feedback is definitely allowed, but no personal attacks.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I'm sure all of us are now wondering how the scoring session is going to happen. So to explain a little bit more about that, let's call upon one of our esteemed jury members, Sanjeev K. Sharma, to walk us through the scoring scheme for today. Over to you, Sanjeev.
Thanks, Reena. So we all will be evaluated on 5 parameters, 5 broad parameters, I'll say. Clarity and uniqueness of idea, how your idea is unique and how clearly you are communicating to us, whether we are able to understand the concept behind your idea. Execution plan. Is your idea also talking about how you are going to execute it? Are you able to foresee the operational challenges and what are the mitigation plans? Consumer centricity. Is your idea solving any of the consumer's problem? That is important. Data analytics. How much your idea is backed by the actual data? It may be from surveys, it may be consumer research, it may be any technical research. And finally, how is your overall presentation and how you are able to answer the questions raised by the jurors. Good luck.
Thank you, Sanjeev. So without much further ado, I think let us welcome our first team, Team Chocolatiers from ICT Mumbai. We have with us Rajat Goyal, Piyush Thakur, Rudranath Ghosh, and Maruti Dubey with us. Welcome, everyone. Now, during this journey of Mavins, we asked the team to share a few memorable moments with us. And Team Chocolatiers mentioned that something that stood out for them was brainstorming for new products. Could I request one of the team members to just tell us, what was so special during this brainstorming that you did?
Yeah, hello, this is Rajat. So basically, we had an idea clear in our mind that okay, this was the execution which we are going to do. But the major challenge was, the consumer centricity and how, or like, and also that in market what is available, what better we can do, how much better we can do, keeping the highly volatile costs in mind where the Indian market and the Indian food consumers work. So yeah, that was a really challenging part, but yeah, I think we have crossed it very successfully.
Absolutely. I think consumer centricity is very important. And to cover the whole gamut of things, when you're brainstorming is absolutely an experience in itself. All the best, team. We will be starting shortly.
Over to you, Team Chocolatier, for the presentations.
Good afternoon to all the jury members and dear audience. We are Team Chocolaters from ICT Mumbai, and we are working on the problem statement deficiency of micronutrients. We bring up a personalized nutrition for individuals to communities, catering the urban and the rural India both at once. We are Swan Nutrition. Poshan hai sabka adhikar. Swan Nutrition stands for the 4 pillars, which are firstly that we are a personalized nutrition service, giving our customers diet plans for the urban and healthy indulgent products which are nutritious. We are also making our own private label nutritious and indulgent product which have been developed in our laboratories and tested by sensory panelists. Thirdly, we are developing new fortified products in the form of puffed rice and iron fortified tea for our rural population and hence catering to them. Fourthly, the gambit of rural to urban, catering to all the customers across India. To have that, we did our own in-house survey with 200 plus respondents among the age group of 18 to 45, where staggering 65% said that they do not get themselves tested for microdeficiency till the time they feel something is wrong. On the other hand, 3/4 of them said that they want to get the personalized nutrition and are even ready to pay 100 to 300 rupees extra on their regular meals they are spending.
So it is the time to digitalization. So we develop our own app to cater the urban markets. So let us see how our app interfaces look like. So first you need to install our app from the Play Store. After installing app, you need to click on personalized nutrition product. Then you have to fill up the basic details like your name, your gender, your age and height. So after filling up those details, you will get your own profile. So there you will get your diet plan, your appointment, your offers and all. So let's go with the main menu. Please change the slide. Okay. Go back the previous one. Okay.
The app.
So just please go back the app thing at the video previously down. Just play on. Okay. So just escape the PPT and reshare it.
Actually, video is not being played.
Just reshare it. Sorry for this inconvenience. Yeah. Oh, okay. So first you have to install our app. So after installing and after filling up those details, you will have your own profile. So there you can you can have a point of diets, appointment and all. So here we are filling the basic details like your gender, male or female, then age. Now it's a profile. Let's go to the main menu. Now I have to connect with the healthcare professional. So I have to book the slots. So I'm booking the slots. Now after consulting with doctor, I have to book the slots for my testing. So I'm booking the slot for the same. Now I have to get my personalized nutrition product. For that, before that I have to check my diet plan. So let's check the diet plan for Monday. Let's click on the breakfast. Now Monday breakfast diet plan will be appear, and this will contain our own product, that is anti-immunity balls. Let's buy the product. So for that I need to select the category, then I have to select the types, and this is the product. So let's go with our first product. Buy now and make payment. So this is the interface, how it's look like. So in the back end of the process, user data will be feed into our application, and it will be categorized as per the groups, and different group is being segregated, and as per the groups our product will be delivered to them. Coming to the next slide. So here as of now we have developed food product new products, and we are aiming to provide our 100% portfolio from our new NPD. So as of now, first product is health shots, second kombucha with probiotic, third is immunity balls, and fourth is oleo gel-based cream cheese. So let us discuss with our first product, that is health shots. So in your market, if you go, you will see that fruit juice contain only 2% of protein. So we thought of to prepare fruit juice which having the protein in it. So we extract the protein from brewery spent grain. After extracting, we have dissolved it into our fruit juice, and we use xanthan gum as a stabilizer. And these health shots will deliver 33% RD of vitamin C.
So our second flagship product will be the oleogel based cream cheese. So commercially, oleogel based cream cheese is not available in market, but cream cheese is available, which is highly it's not good for health due to saturated fatty acid present in it. So we come up with idea of a oleogelation. Oleogelation is a technique of structuring the liquid oils into a gel form. So we are using ethyl cellulose as a oleogelator and soybean oil as a base material to form a oleogel cream cheese, which is high in MUFA and PUFA, which contribute to increase the good cholesterol in our blood, and it is a highly source of dietary fiber due to ethyl cellulose. Our third product will be the kombucha with probiotic-like effects. So kombucha is nothing but a fermented product of green tea extract and black tea extract. We come up with an idea of a new composition with a symbiotic culture of bacterial yeast. And to improve the taste, we are adding apple juice and 5% honey. And this kombucha with probiotic-like effects, which is good for gut health, and it is also highly antioxidant property. Our last product, which is immunity ball. This immunity balls is same as we eat laddu in our household. So we come up with a new formulation having a 30% antioxidant mix of this amla powder, clove extract, ginger powder, and rose extract. It is having a highly antioxidant property which combats to oxidative stress. It can be consumed with either milk or water, or it can be consumed as it is.
Okay, so by this slide, we have seen how this model of SOA nutrition will look for the urban part, but now let us see how it will work for the rural portion, which represent majority of population of our country. So there exist different problems with the rural part, so there has to be different solutions as well. As per NFHS 2019-2020, malnutrition as well as micronutrient deficiency is one of the major problem in India, and extent of the same is higher in the rural part. Anemia indicating iron deficiency as well as calcium deficiency, vitamin A deficiency, vitamin D deficiency are being one of the major in that. So more than 70% of India's population consume less than the RDA of what it is required. So this is the problem which has affecting social, economical as well as cultural aspect of the people living in the rural part. But along with the existence of this problem, there also exists an opportunity which has been indicated by 3,000 crore market for the fortified foods. So our marketing strategy for rural part is basically divided into two ways. One is with the help of the franchises as well as our own outlet, and second with the help of the women self-help group. Basically, the person or the already existing business who want to purchase or have our own franchisee, they can do by payment of certain amount of money. We'll be helping them to establish SKUs as well as we will be helping them to carry out marketing as well as designing and decoration of the shop. That can be done with the help of the weekly event as well as with the intervention by local NGOs and healthcare system thereof. Our future plan in this system is basically to introduce our urban application into this and to expand our SKU into a fully fledged food product portfolio. Basically, our second one is the utilization as well as taking help of the women self-help group for carrying out the marketing. We believe that women are very important part of buying and selling process of the household product. So we will be utilizing their self-help group for purpose of establishing our product into the rural part as well as carrying out penetration into the market. And for that, they don't need to keep any inventory. They will be given just the sample upon payment of certain small amount of the money, and with that, the dispatch of the food product will be there upon receival of the order.
So basically, when we are coming to our rural SKU, we are making one rice, which will be puffed rice with protein fortification as rice lacks protein, and the iron fortified tea. Coming to the iron fortified tea, we are using a new technique of using hydroxypropyl cellulose as an adhesive and the iron EDTA complex to be kept on it, since there will be no iron polyphenol complexes made. This will make 64% iron bioaccessible, which we are putting on our tea available, and hence giving 5 milligram iron per cup to the consumer. Coming to the rice fortified with protein, we are using a supercritical fluid extrusion method, which will be having 21.5% protein and helping consumer giving a better product. Hence, in conclusion, Swan Nutrition caters to the every need of the across pan India, from rural to the urban concept. We are a one-stop shop for all our consumers. Hence, concluding, thank you so much.
Thank you. Mind-blowing presentation and too much to soak in the just 10 minutes. Let's start the Q&A with Judy. So over to you, Judy.
So guys, wonderful presentation. Hats off to you. One question, can you pick any of the product and tell us what was your basic thought process in developing that product? Any of your products, because you presented 5-6 different products. I would like to have only discuss on one of the product. What was the thought process and how did you develop that? Because you told us what you developed, would like to understand what was your thought process behind it.
So, sir, basically, the major reason behind developing an oleogel based cream cheese was that the present cream cheese, which is available in the market, it is not good for health. It has it has a good amount of cholesterol in it. Whereas the technology of oleogel, we are mixing oil and ethyl cellulose as an oleogelator. This will help even customers with who want to savor things with nutrition in their mind can do it without the risk of consuming product, without the risk of consuming cholesterol and this. Other team members in
I got your point of how. I want to understand how do you do. So how do you do it? I got it why you did it. So how did you do it? What I want to understand in detail, that what was the thought process in developing this product? How do you develop this product?
I think Rudra can add into this. Rudra, if you would like to take on this question.
Yeah. So first we have developed our gel by using soybean oil as it's contain high amount of UFA and MOFA, and ethyl cellulose. Ethyl cellulose here using as a oleogelator. So it's create 3-dimensional network where the oil is being entrapped. So after preparing this oleo, so while mixing, after mixing, we have to heat the whole mixture above the glass transition temperature of ethyl cellulose, which is 130 degrees centigrade temperature. So 130 degrees centigrade temperature, 5 minutes after heating, we need to cool it. So this gel will be formed. So after forming this gel, we adding the skim milk. Skim milk and other ingredients like whey protein, non-fat dry, solid. And after that, we blend them and we add the culture rennet. So rennet will help to coagulate the medium, and then we adding the salt and keep it for the refrigeration for maturations, and we finally develop our oleogel cheese.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Team Chocolatia. Achil here. So my question is, while there are a lot of competitors in this field at this moment in the nutrition area, what is your USP of your product and how you are different than your competitors?
So basically, we are different from our competitors that they are selling products either from the other FMCG brand or they are leveraging that thing. We, as a company, Swan Nutrition, firstly, we are catering to the urban and the rural both with two different business models in place. Through urban, through a mobile application, and rural through a fortified products and through food and the business model of merchandising at rural businessmen and grocery shops and the women's self-help groups. Secondly, coming that we are developing our own private label in the form of technology products. Since we are food technologists and plus we have a good sense of marketing, we can speed up the new product development phase very quickly and bring up new technology for our customers and new products for our customers very fast. And so that is what we have been planning. So these are just a 4 example products. But within future, we are planning to bring for every person who is suffering maybe from who want to have a better immunity, who are having calcium deficiency, our own healthy indulgent products, which our competitors are not doing at present. They are taking supplements, they are providing capsules. We don't want to provide them capsules. We want to provide them food which people can savor and get healthy as well.
Yeah. So basically, summing up this answer given by Rajat, we have divided this whole concept into 2 ways. We believe that rural market is different and urban market is different, and we need to approach 2 markets separately. So for urban population where purchasing power parity is on little higher level, and for a rural market where it is on a lower level, but still both the people coming from both the population has a right for nutrition. We believe that we should provide them the product or the fortified food, or what we say the nutritious food, through their ways with the whatever cost they have to purchase it. So that is basically USP of this concept.
Thank you.
Hi, team. I have a question. So all the products that you have mentioned in your presentation are quite unique, right? And maybe difficult for consumers to adapt to it. So my question is, what are the barriers that you foresee while launching this product with your consumers, and how are you planning to overcome them?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, basically the barriers we foresee are with a few of the products which look different for the consumer when they see in a market or when they see on a internet, etc. Since Oreo gel based cream cheese, the customer knows that the product looks almost the same as a regular cream cheese. A drink like kombucha faces barrier because people have not heard about it and people do not know much about kombucha. Although the population is now knowing about probiotics and other things, but yes, and similar to the health shots, because there can be certain barriers. So the barriers we see is this only, that people might take time to adapt to these new names and these new kind of formats in which we are trying to provide them nutrition. So we plan to get them through social media marketing and through telling them through various kind of platform on which nutrition like influencers who are providing information about nutrition on Instagram, on this basically the internet model, the internet revolution we will be using for the urban construct. Similarly, for the rural construct, we are using these flea markets which are on weekends. We are connecting with the healthcare centers, the Anganwadis, and especially the women self-help groups, because women are sitting all together, and we understand that in a rural household, the decision of taking that kaun sa chai patti aayega and kaun sa we will be using the rice puffs and kaun sa tea will be using, that depends on them. And that is why these both the concepts become equally important for us, and these are the things we are planning as a marketing thing.
Yeah, just to add on to it, basically what I feel is that people's tendency of not to change the particular idea or particular product. If they are consuming oleo based cream cheese, they relate it with the original cream cheese, and their tendency of not to change. So they will rate these cream cheese based upon what they had in their previous experiences. But I believe that with time, nutrition is being also coming into picture, and yeah, people are getting more and more aware about what they consume. So that is one of the what we say barrier that can be seen in this, but I believe that it will be overcome with the awareness and with people getting more conscious on their health.
Okay.
Team Chocolatiers, Thank you so much. It was actually a vast topic, and I'm pleased to see this range of products across both urban and rural markets considered into your solution. Um, so with that, my question might be tough. If you had to sacrifice a particular market and a set of products in order to make a start, what are the products or the market that you would choose to actually start off with?
Um, so basically, we would be definitely be starting with the urban market. If we are given a choice that we cannot start both at once, and if we are asked to give up on a particular product, we would like to give up the kombucha drink first, because that is more of a Western concept which we are trying to bring in. Although this kombucha drink is available in metro cities like Mumbai, Gurgaon, in cafes, but this is still a niche product for the Indian people. So if giving up a product comes in mind, we might for time being give up kombucha drink because of its uniqueness, but we also understand the benefits of it, and we'll surely bring that up. And coming up on the starting phase, we will start with the urban, because we have our app ready and everything ready in place with the products with products already in the prototype phase. The rural phase would definitely come in, but because a more of a supply chain needs to be mandated in the rural construct, we will start establishing our point of sales, at least in the rural. If not exactly establish self-help groups or the merchandise at grocery store, but we will start the groundwork, because it might take some groundwork time in the rural arena.
So, just so that I can clarify, I mean, the product that you would sacrifice is kombucha, uh, but from a market perspective, you would still want to keep doing the groundwork in the rural space while picking urban as the one to focus on, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah.
We have 4.5 minutes left. We can have questions from the jury who are not on the videos.
Yeah,
hi, go on, Sanjeev.
Thank you. So I have a question, two questions for you. One question, have you looked into the regulatory aspect of this all product design? Is any ingredient which you are thinking of is not allowed by the Indian regulation?
Yes, sir. We have basically looked into the regulatory part, and we believe that there is no such ingredient which is being banned as of the FSSA and as of the food additive and that regulation, food product regulation.
Okay, thank you. And second part, have you done any cost analysis? This one shot of this 3 shots a day. So how much a person has to spend on this to get this 33% RDO protein?
Yes, sir. We have done cost analysis for a few products, and like in case of our health balls, we have done cost analysis. But yeah, it has to be done for all the product.
Okay, then for the health ball, what is the cost?
Yes, sir. For like for 100 gram of the health ball, we are costing at around 60 to 70 rupees. And one ball can be made of 10 grams. And 2 ball we can have in a day, one at a morning and one at evening. That was the basic concept.
2 ball at a day one can have to
yes,
meet
sir.
the daily requirement.
Yes, sir.
Right. And you
yes,
are
sir.
saying how much we have to spend for 2 balls?
So for 2 ball, basically we were taking 14 to 15 rupees to make them.
And what will be, and what you are expecting other cost in that? That is the only raw material cost.
Yes, no, yeah, and along with processing costs, sir. Basically to get them ready to the consumers.
No, just
excluding
thinking,
the margin.
See, you are developing a product, right?
Yes.
So
Sir.
you have to think what should be the MRP for that.
Yes, sir.
As a consumer, how much I'm going to pay?
Sir, actually, the costs which we have developed for the immunity ball, they are all retail costs. Like we have taken the cost of all the material at a retail price. So definitely in that cost, we are assuming, we assume that this would all encounter our processing cost, because we will be procuring the material at a wholesale price, which will be far less than that. So
yes,
on that basis, we assume that this would be a final MRP for our product, since we are calculating on a retail price, which is available as a single pack or a single for a consumer.
Yeah, with
Okay.
the scaling up, definitely the cost will be on a lower side.
And so you have considered processing cost, raw material cost, and
Yes,
you have
along with
blended,
along with packaging
package.
also, sir. Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Sir, actually, in the product, we haven't considered individually what would be the marketing cost. We are putting our marketing and advertising cost head as a different head altogether. So that is not included in it. It's just the raw material, packaging, and processing cost in a product.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so Team Chocolater, my question is slightly related to what Sanjeev asked. First of all, the solutions which you are providing are highly customized. So there are no economies of scale. So what will be the competitive advantage, or how are you going to kind of make the entire proposition profitable? And also a second question, while working on the whole proposal, as a team, were there any differences in opinion or difference in approach, or actually any conflict resolution which you had to encounter as a team? So any such instance which you can quote, and how did you guys manage to come up with the final draft which includes win-win for everybody?
Yeah, Rajat, please go on.
Yeah, so sir, basically coming to the first question, that when we had shown the when we showed the back end of the app, it shows that it is a semi-customized solution. We are doing a metabolomics. So people who are entering the information, they are divided into depending on their metabolism. So there will be people of certain metabolism, and we are grouping them together, and they are getting the same kind of product. So hence, according to a BCG report, the Boston Consulting Group on personalized nutrition, we have learned that at a semi-customized personalized nutrition level, we get a highly economic value where a business can earn profit, and that is how we also intend to do it. However, sir, when we are coming to products like health shots, a person can still select their own flavors, and we are developing an SKU of flavors. So we have presented 3 here. You might not like kiwi, but you might like an orange flavored protein beverage. So we have them, and we send it to the customer.
Media, we are up for the time of the Q&A. Thank you, grand jury and team. So what a presentation and question firing from jury arena, right? So there was some really tough questions and some really good questions, and I think they did a very fair job in answering that. Let's move to a second team Ideal. Team Ideal from IIFT Thanjavur, which is now NIFTIM Thanjavur. Sorry, team, we had a very short time to update it. We couldn't do it. So we have Shushmita, Sneha, Anupama, and Gokulnath from IIFT. Welcome all. So we have asked them to share some standard questions while we were preparing for this. Share us with some memorable moments of Mavens' journey. And from the answer, it looks like the journey they have was a voyage of perseverance. And let's hear from them only. Any of you want to share what happened when you deviate from the timeline or topic and only 3 days were left to submit?
Yes, ma'am. And we are working on a topic for the first 7 days of the round 2. Later, we came to know that we are focusing more onto the futuristic concept, which is not possible in the current scenario. So later we texted Mondelez team, and they told they are not recommending this topic. So we then came back to a new topic. The next 3 days, we could able to make it up.
Okay, kudos to you guys. And yeah, over to you for the presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Crunch a cookie to string a chain of amino acids in your body. Sounds interesting, right? Good afternoon. Here is Team Ideal from Tanjavur, presenting you Jack and Mill, a nutri-rich cookies to combat malnutrition. As everyone know about the blooming threat of malnutrition in this COVID-19 pandemic, the dysfunctional global food system is fueling the malnutrition. Here the graph depicts that 47% of Indian adolescents are undernourished. India contributes a third to the global burden of undernutrition. So we are in the urge to find a solution to this complex issue. So the one-day solution is to make the healthy food more affordable and more available. Nutrients can be provided in various ways, but the easiest and simplest way would be through cookies, as it already has a well-established market. Looking at the Indian market scenario, it is continuously expanding. Looking at the changing trends and lifestyle of people, we find that there's a significant increase in the snacking behavior after this pandemic. So we decided cookie would be the right vehicle to deliver the right nutrients at the right destination at this moment. So here is the glimpses of the journey of our Jack and Mill. People in India need commercial nutritious snacking to address malnutrition. Jack and Mill Idea cookies perhaps to rescue. Idea enhanced to meet the macro and micronutrient availability under the umbrella of cookies. And this is how Jack and Mill took birth. So here we introduce our product, Jack and Mill, a creamy filled cookie having a crunchy crust enriched with roasted jackfruit seed flour and soy flour. The delicious inner fillings are made of millet-based choco cream along with whey protein concentrate. Jack and Mill, a bite of health and fill. These are the key players of our game, and here we explain why we chose them. All the 4 functional ingredients are rich source of protein, and jackfruit seed flour has a highly antimicrobial property, and whey protein concentrate can act as the egg substituent. Defatted soy flour is a high source of high-quality protein like lysine, which is limited in wheat flour, and the marvelous millet, superior to other highly consumed cereals in nutrition. The 3T concept shows where a product stands in texture, taste, and therapeutic value. Here we see how all the ingredients contribute to the texture. And taste, it was found that everyone felt it was a complete satisfaction to their taste buds. Coming to the therapeutic value, our product could give lowest cholesterol, highest protein, and fiber enriched.
Shifting the focus to the targeting metrics, we propose to fit our product primarily for the adolescent age group from 11 to 19 years old, and secondarily to the working woman from 23 to 45 years old. So wondering why adolescent age group? Most of the interventions and formulations are targeting on children and pregnant women, and they are neglecting adolescents. But this is the crucial phase of rapid growth rate, physical activity, and physiological changes. And so why working women? Because of their devoid of cooking time and also busy schedule, they're skipping meal and switching to snacking. So the healthy option is a guilt-free nutritious cookie. Exploring of the SWOT analysis, 2023 is considered as an international year of millet, where the chocolate millet cream concept of us more reliable and it appeals large target audience toward healthy snacking. On the other hand, the weakness can be the raw material supply chain is weak, as well as the lack of quality and clinical research in this position. But these opportunities can be widened to our further target segments by providing 100% RDA, 100% wheat for substitution gluten-free product with 30% less sugar content. And the thread of our product are initial consumer acceptance and the trends towards healthy snacking increases competitors.
Now let me throw some more clarity for choosing the key ingredient millets. As you can see, India stands #1 in the global market. And in the budget meeting held on February 1st week, the Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharam, stated that the year 2023 will be declared as International Year of Millets. Also, we all know that Dubai Expo 2020 is happening now. Last week on February 17th, the millet was a topic of discussion over there under the theme Food, Agriculture and Livelihood in the Indian Pavilion. As of now, the millet market is unorganized in India, but in the near future, it has all potential to strengthen its supply chain. This is the right time to enter the millet market. Same way, jackfruit production, India stands first in the jackfruit production as well. There are schemes like PMFE, which state that jackfruit seed flour is a sustainable source of protein.
Now let's see the 2 main ingredients of our cookies are processed. We have heard about choco fills, vanilla fills, and orange fills. Ever heard about millet fillings? This is how the millet is processed to turn into a filling. First, we go for malting, which reduces the anti-nutritional factors, followed by drying, roasting, and milling to improve the bioavailability of minerals and reducing the moisture content. The jackfruit and its seeds are used in various dishes, but ever thought it can be used for a cookie? Yes, it can. We begin with the roasting, then light peeling, soaking, washing, milling. The drying and the roasting significance are similar to that of the millets discussed. Our cookie consists of 2 parts, the filler and the crust. The creamy, luscious filler is processed and deposited onto the dough, which is sheeted and shaped. Then the cookies are molded, sealed, and baked as per desired dimensions. Now the millety cream is blanketed in a crunchy crust. The large-scale processing lines of these processes are well established, and we have well-known commercial products on these. Now, an idea remains an idea until it is not executed. So hence we made our prototype. These are some of the photos we have taken during our prototype development, showing the raw materials and the final products. We have also got the desired creamy inner fillings as shown. So if someone has tasted our cookie, I don't think they would ever go back to the regular nutritious one in the market. Now, the question that would strike your mind would be about the shelf life. It depends upon the moisture content and fat present in the cookies. We have analyzed the moisture content and it was found to be 9.3%. The compounds like lectins present in the jackfruit seed act as an antimicrobial activity. Therefore, the approximate shelf life would be about 6 to 8 months for our cookie.
Understand what our product offers to the customers. Let's discuss about the 4P marketing mix right from the product. Based on the consumer survey analysis conducted within the target segment, it's found that 68.7% preferred choco-filled cookies, 57.3% considered flavor as their prime factor, and 31.3% considered nutritional profile as their prime factor. These all data compelled to in the development of Jack and Mill, our cookie. We try to recreate the packaging outline with the nutritional information and ingredient list. We relied on various assumptions and consumer emotion survey to make it our price ₹10 for 50 gram pack and ₹20 for 100 gram pack. Also, from the consumer emotion survey, we analyzed majority of them are willing to pay little extra for the nutrition-rich cookies. We propose to adopt the distribution of our cookies over to retail shop, supermarket, hypermarket, and local markets, and also through school and office canteen, so that our target group can be reached more effectively. Also, based on the maximum consumption, aggressive promotion can be done through 360-degree marketing plan through a tagline, Jack and Mill, a bite of health and fill.
Oh, it is important to know how a product tastes like. So in order to find that, we have conducted a sensory evaluation with the known panelists. In the scale of hedonics, the taste got the maximum rating of 8.2 and the overall acceptability of our product was 7.5. So in the comparison of our product, Jack and Mill with other Nutri biscuits like Post-it and BP100, we found that our biscuit can give a better nutritional profile with a comparatively lower cost. I would like to show this the same in a graphical way. So these are some of the indulgent products as well as the Nutri products. Our product can give a better nutrition benefit with a lower price. And while talking about the indulgence quotient, our product can be placed right over here.
Thinking about the continuous development of our product, we would like to develop different flavors and to bring an innovation in the shape of cookies. We will also like to go for portion packaging and we like to increase the shelf life of product. And coming to the future development, we would like to bring multiple flavors in one pack and to widen the target group to find cheaper alternative source of protein. We would also like to optimize the low-cost, high-energy nutrient cookies using linear programming. We'd also like to find optimize other sugar alternatives to lower the sugar levels to reach health-conscious population.
Now, some of the major challenges we came across during our whole journey was to meet the high protein levels in the cookies. So we have incorporated the soy flour WPC80 for this. For attaining the semi-solid cream consistency, we have also added refined palm oil. And multi-flavored, we had the concept of multi-flavored cream concept in the beginning, and we reduced it to one flavor due to the complex processing lines involved in it. Due to the breakage and visible cracks in the cookies, we have also cooled the cookies into the room temperature and baked in 2 stages. Hence, we conclude our work and I thank everyone on behalf of Team Ideal. Thank you.
Yes, Judy, please go ahead for the Q&A session.
Team Ideal, thank you for a very, very wonderful presentation that just quite a robust bit of prototyping and analytics that you've actually got there. Now, what is probably the one factor right now that you are not entirely happy with in your overall package? Yeah, and that you would, if say you had more time, you would like to address.
Yes, initially we thought of giving multi flavors of millet cream, but later we thought the processing line complex. It is a very complex process line. Then we restricted to only one flavor. Then we chose the flavor based on the consumer preference. Majority of the people chose chocolate. So we thought we'll focus only on one flavor as of now. In the later stage, if you get time, you can incorporate other flavors as well.
To add to that, also we couldn't find a packaging. We couldn't make a packaging design for our product. So if we get a chance, we'd like to go with a sustainable packaging material for our product.
Thank you.
Hi, Team Ideal. This is Pushkar. I think first of all, it's a very interesting and very innovative concept. So congratulations on that. I think quite unique combinations also of ingredients. I think one question that I have basically, if you have considered that as one of your challenges, is the seasonality of jackfruit. So if the raw material in itself is not going to be available year round, have you thought of having a replacer for jackfruit seeds? Because that's the one most important thing that you have in your product.
As of now, the only 30% of the jackfruit seeds are used properly. The remaining is not used properly in the Indian market. It is unorganized as of now. In the recent times, when many schemes are promoting to use jackfruit seed flour as a healthy alternative for wheat. So in the near future, the jackfruit seed that sector is going to be organized very soon, and raw material availability won't be issue. So it is not going to be issue.
Adding to it, also the government had introduced different varieties of jackfruit which can be available seasonal.
Adding to it, sir, value addition of jackfruit seeds, like if we obtain the jackfruit seeds plus seed flour, so it might be available throughout the all seasons.
The contractors throughout the retail wholesale market of jackfruit seeds, they are there. There are market for it available across the years.
So hi team, this is Ranjit. So my question is, so you said that your product is high in protein and lower in sugar. So looking at these aspects, how did you manage the taste part of it? Because if the protein increases or if the sugar reduces, it directly impacts on the taste of the product. So how did you crack that? And second thing is, were there any processing challenges because of these things, because of increasing the protein and reducing the sugar?
Taste wasn't much of issue. We conducted a sensor evaluation with unknown panelists of age group 19. They didn't feel it is bitter. As we have sorry. Okay. As we have masked the bitter taste with the cocoa powder, we added chocolate flavor to mask the bitter taste, and we are malting the millet, so the raw taste of the millets is suppressed. So taste was a major issue for us.
Okay, anything with respect to processing? Because
adding to the same point, sir, we have chosen all the protein source ingredients in such a level we formulated such that it won't affect the texture or taste of the product.
Mm-hmm. Because normally if there is a protein cookie, it doesn't puff properly, or normally if the protein sources products are higher, then the taste is not that great. As if you compare it with some other indulgent cookies, it doesn't match over there. And when I saw your graph, you had placed it very close to the existing indulgent cookies in the graphs. Because looking at the ingredients, they are not, at first instance, they won't appear tasty to a person.
So we had made a lot of prototypes. At the beginning,
that's what I wanted to understand. How did you improvise on that? That's what I wanted.
So we had made a lot of prototypes, like in millet cream itself. First, we had started without malting. So the taste was a bit kind of raw, and the millety taste was there. Then we started malting. We malted the cream and then incorporated into the biscuit cream. The protein content was also increased because of malting. The protein content, like for the pearl millet, we chose the pearl millet as well as finger millet. Pearl millet for protein rich because it is protein rich, and finger millet because it was micronutrient rich. So after malting, the protein content of the pearl millet was also increased. Similar way, the jackfruit seeds also we had pre-treated it so that the protein content was increased in it. Finally, we have also did gel dal to analyze the protein content finally. When we got a cookie which we expected, which also the consumers liked, we have also conducted a sensory analysis for our cookies, and almost everyone had a positive answer for that.
What is the protein percentage of your cookies which you got?
Doing the gel dal method, we got 12.9, which we can show in the annexure section.
Okay.
12.9.
But when we calculated using the NIN library, it was about 10%.
And what was it for the competition?
Sorry?
What was it for the competition? For the what is the protein for competition product?
Yes, sir. Just show the comparison slides. 9.2 and 12.3.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Team Ideal, Achal here. So great work on the product concept. I would like to understand, can you go back to that composition slide? Have you done, have you all done this analysis in-house? That's my first question. Second, coming to your raw material, that's jackfruit seed. Since you'll be sourcing from the different regions, from the different seasons, how are you going to ensure the quality of jackfruit seeds? And have you thought about the quality parameter, QC parameter, to ensuring the quality of your raw material?
As of now, we thought of just processing the jackfruit seeds in that season, particularly to make the convert the seeds into the flour when it's the right season. Then coming into the proximate analysis, we had conducted moisture analysis and protein, but due to time constraints, we couldn't go into the carbohydrate, fat, and energy. But we calculated using the NIN library available, and the data are available in the annexure slides. We have included it. Thank you, sir. We have done the proper Excel calculations for that.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, this is Geeta. I have a question. So if you want to replace sugar, say, to make these products further healthier, because you have been using sugar, right, which is a negative nutrient as such. So what is your thought on that, and how would you do that? And do you still feel that the product will be similar to what you have achieved now?
We thought of sugar replacement, but not now. In the near future, we thought of replacing with the stevia leaves, like sweet tulsi is there in the large market, but we haven't worked much on that. Our area of interest was not that as on to the kinds, but in the near future we can work on that. There are sugar supplements available.
Okay, thank you.
You still have 5 more minutes.
Hi, Sanjeev this side. Have you found any kind of challenges while handling jackfruit seeds in terms of the taste, smell, flavor?
No, sir, like 12.5% was accepted.
The replacement was 100%. We replaced only 12.5% of the total.
Okay.
It was accepted in every according to every sensory attributes.
Okay.
So
It was
adding
optimized to
to,
develop. Yes. Continuously.
adding to it, first we thought of jackfruit flour itself, but we thought that would affect the flavor of a cookie. Then we gone for jackfruit seed flour, which is comparatively nutrient rich. Also, it didn't affect our texture or taste much.
Okay. And have you done any kind of cost calculation?
Yes, sir. It's there in annexure.
Yes, sir. So we have considered only the raw material cost as of now. We took the raw material cost to be 45% of the entire selling price. So we arrived at a price of 20 rupees per 100 gram. Just based on the we did study only for the raw material cost. Yep. We contacted the wholesale market. From there we got the price.
And you took 45% of total MRP as a raw material price, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are landing at 20
yes,
rupees. Okay.
That was our assumption. Yes.
One question from my side: how did this idea evolve? So, how did it initiated, and how did you develop it further?
Sir, actually, the problem statement given to us was malnutrition. Then we thought we have to develop a product to combat this malnutrition. So then we realized during this pandemic there is an increase in the snacking behavior. So we thought about making a snack which should which should be enriched with protein or some micronutrient or macronutrients. So then we realized Indian cookie market is continuously expanding. So we thought cookie would be the right choice and it would be a right vehicle to deliver our nutrients, as it already has established market.
I'd like to add, so giving millet in some form of palatable food could reach out the teenage age group easily, sir. Instead of giving a millet in the form of porridge or something else, there are millet ice cream there. So we thought of including in a large population, accessible for large population. Then cookies, biscuits will be the right choice. So we thought of putting the millet cream in the form of inside the cookies and giving them. That could be a faster way of tackling it.
Also adding to that, sir, based on our survey, like everyone, many percentage of people have chosen that choco-filled cookies were their favorite. So we thought, why not incorporating millet as a filling and adding chocolate flavor to it.
Okay, thank you.
In the future development, we will be adding so much other flavors. Like I would like to show a video what we thought initially. This was our concept for initially. For giving the same millet cream in the different flavors like vanilla, blueberry. Like so, due to time constraint and the processing complexity, we reduced it to one.
Great, good ideas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All done? Any more questions?
Hi, Shubhashish here. I think great work and great presentation. Okay, means how much time have you spent on this project? I'm assuming that you have your daily other studies needs to do as well, right? How much time you have allocated for this one?
Exactly 2 weeks, sir. Time was a big constraint. Day and night for this. Exactly 2 weeks we got.
Okay, and you were at your college or like at your home?
Yes,
like
We were at college, sir.
Okay, means that's great progress, I would say. Means great agility in terms of how quickly you can turn these things around. Maybe something you can share later in terms of what is the how you do that. Okay, so congratulations on that in terms of turning it around. No questions from my side. Just wanted to say that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
No more questions. Then thank you, Team Ideal. Well ahead of your question and answer round. You must have really explained well that jury has no more questions.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And what a bold concept to pick the jackfruit. Definitely kudos. And we will be waiting for some of the samples to get some taste.
Sure.
I think everybody is like a little bit, just on that. Okay, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely innovative and insightful presentation. Thank you, team. I think now let's move to our next team, which is Team Prime Protein Chips from ICT Mumbai. We have today with us Akshat Vedmuta, Smith Patil, Harshal Kasat, and Harsha Kasliwal. During our interactions with the Prime Protein team, yes, team, over to you. You can start.
Just before we start, I wanted to make sure if our screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Wait, it's not.
Well, just before you start, maybe you could just share with the larger audience. You mentioned how Mondelez Mavens has helped you to stay grounded during the recent pandemic wave. Would you like to say a
so
few things on that and then start your presentation?
yeah, so we as a team are from 2 years we are sitting home and we are doing online lectures. So Mondelez Mavins has bring a platform where we can interact with each other on the daily basis and just sharing some funny moments as well as getting some good insights on what to do and what exactly we want to perform and make and give our best as such.
Sure. You can start with your presentation. All the best.
The screen is not being shared properly, I think. The PowerPoint is taking time to load. Just give us a second.
No problem.
Sure. No problem.
Maybe I think there are a lot of documents open. Just close it and try to share again.
Yeah.
So Rowena, protein is really in demand. I mean, jackfruit, high protein cookie, and now we have the team name with prime protein chips.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Is there any problem loading it? Or should I mean, Smith, can you present?
Harsha, are you sharing?
Just a second. Suddenly it stopped working.
It's okay. We all understand. We live in the same digital world. Sometimes it happens. It's okay.
It's glitches.
Anybody else has opened that presentation from the participants? I mean,
Smith, can you share?
Just wait a second.
It's opening now.
Okay.
Okay.
Harsha's screen is visible.
The screen is
Extremely sorry again for being late. Greetings to all present here today. This is Team Prime Protein, and we ought to tackle the problem of malnutrition. Now, malnutrition has been able to run rampant due to COVID-19. And to get the numbers straight, 1 out of every 3 children in our country is stunted. About 15% of our population is undernourished, and we rank 10th for the highest number of underweight children as per the UNICEF 2019 report. Now, there have been many government initiatives launched and many NGOs working to eradicate this problem. But malnutrition has persisted and in fact even grown. We recognize that right nutrition at an early age is an important tool to tackle this problem. And hence we sought to get guided by mothers as they hold the key to a family's nutrition. And also we want to see what kind of situation is there at the Anganwadis. And so we set out to do so.
Yes, let's look at the insights of Anganwadis. So we visited nearly 7 Anganwadis on 10, 11 and 12 of this month at Jalna and Palghar district. We had face-to-face interviews with 10 plus volunteers, helpers, along with their written surveys. After our thorough due diligence, we were able to distill out our 3 major Anganwadi insights that we present to you. First, key insight first, lack of nutrition throughout the day. On an average, child visit Anganwadi for the time span of 3 hours, and during this time, volunteers tries their best to give children with the best possible nutrition. But once the child goes back home, there is no guarantee that she gets the right amount of nutrition. So yes, that's our first insight. Insight number 2, lack of variety throughout the day. Initially, when the child comes to Anganwadi, child loves to eat dishes served to them. But after some time, their appetite decreases. Child don't like to have dishes on repetitive basis. So to keep child intake levels high, like the initial ones, there is need to bring some new variety of food on their plate. And a third insight being ease of preparation. Volunteers not only prepare food, but they also have to interact with children during 3 hours span. And hence they ideally want something that is easy to prepare. This is reality in our Anganwadis these days.
Thank you, Smith. Mothers are the gatekeepers of the family nutrition. Every mother wants her kid to be well nourished, and they endeavor to do that. But despite that, the big knowledge gap we saw was whether the kid during their hectic growing years is actually consuming it or not. So judges, I want to drag all your attention towards a survey we did with 80 plus mothers through telephonic calls, Google Forms and face-to-face interviews, and we got some amazing insights about what exactly nutrition means to mother. Insight number 1, if their kid finishes all the food that is served to her, their child gets enough nutrition, and so mother wants to include most of the veggies in their child's diet.
Now, though soup is not a staple in the Indian diet, but it has the potential to become one. And that is exactly what our second insight was. Mother, we had an idea of a all-natural protein-rich soup. And you know what? 3 out of 4 mothers agreed to it. Next, we also asked them about what kind of flavor was palatable to their child. And they answered it with a clear insight stating that a flavor mild spicy and mild sweet was preferred. And therefore, we developed not 1, but 2 recipes, both nutritious, delicious, and using Coral Draw, we were able to design its packaging even. So presenting you the first one, Royal Day Carrot, which is our slightly sweet recipe. It stands out in being rich in vitamins and minerals. And second being the slightly spicy, which is cream of spinach, which stands out being rich in iron and calcium. Now, both of these are gentle to digest and rich in protein and fiber.
Our first variant, that is cream of spinach, contains 32% spinach, 15% brown lentils, and 12% bottle gourd, contributing to 60% of recipe. Similarly, our second variant, that is Royal Day Carrot, contains 32% carrot and 25% brown lentils, contributing to more than 50% of the recipe. Considering the nutritional profile of the product, the protein content we are proposing per packet per serving is equivalent to 1 Indian chapati or 2 full glasses of buttermilk for spinach variant. In terms of iron, 1 serving is equivalent to half cup of cooked oats or 1 cup of mushrooms. Also, our 1 serving is equivalent to 1/2 cup of 1.5 cup of yogurt in terms of calcium. Talking about our second variant, 1 serving of the Royal Day Carrot is equivalent to 1 full apple or 1 full banana in terms of fiber. Similarly, 1 serving is equal to 3 full cups of papaya in terms of vitamin A. Judges, we have created this soup in the real time, despite the challenges of not being together. We took this initiative to make this soup, and here are some of the mouth-watering snapshots I clicked that states the richness of the soup. Also, we as a team thought, let's look at the major players in the market and compare our soup with them. The 4 major brands, that is Knorr, Ching's, Unlock, and Urban Platter with the mixed veg variant compete each other closely in terms of protein they give. Judges, we are very happy to tell you that the 2 products that we have developed are not only high in protein, but also high in fiber compared with these brands, which will help children to increase strength, boost metabolism, and maintain good gut health.
All right, judges. Now I'd like to focus your attention towards the process flow. It starts with the receiving of raw material, where entire quality checklist of whatever the things we are going to inspect are kept in place, followed by cold storage under 12 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius. And again, it will be followed by sorting. Then blanching, where we are looking for temperature of 70 degrees Celsius for 3 to 5 minutes, and our indicator is going to be inactivation of peroxidases. After that, we will go for cutting and peeling of vegetables, followed by hybrid drying, which is a combination of two different technologies, that is solar drying and electrical drying. It will take total 8 hours and the temperature of product will be 50 to 55 degrees Celsius depending on ambient thermal conditions. Following, QC checkups will be done of dried product leading to pulverizing, preparation of the lot and power blending. We will have critical limits for checking of metallic materials if present in our powder through a metal detector, and then packaging of soup powder will be done. As you can see, judges, we have used flexible films for our packaging, that is 18 micron bi-oriented polypropylene, 12 micron polyester and 40 micron polyethylene as per our studies and research. Furthermore, we will have our final QC checks as per the target given. If it is obtained, then eventually it will move to storage and then finally dispatched. We are happy to say, you judges, that we are also been able to identify the checkpoints, raise the CCP, put a physical, chemical and biological testing for our product, also develop sensory evaluation criteria and charts on basis of consumer relevant quality standards scoring criteria.
Let's now have a look at costing. Here in the table, cost per kg is depicted. We have finalized 30 rupees as MRP for both products. For cream or spinach, RM and PM cost accounts for 33% of product, whereas conversion cost account for 17%. Conversion cost includes electricity consumption charges of machineries, manpower charges, and other fixed charges, which include pest control and cleaning charges. Our net profit will be at 23% for cream of spinach, while for royalty carrot, it will be at 30%. This 7% increase that we can see is because of high percent dehydration yield of vegetables used in royalty carrot. We have also attached an Excel sheet for all detailed calculations. For procurement and supply chain at farm and mandi level, we intend to work with farmers to deploy post-harvest technologies in order to extend or prolong shelf life of material that we are procuring. We also wish to educate farmers to develop the infrastructure so that our supply chain is robust. For route to market for retails and e-commerce website is estimated for 14 to 15 days, and for government it is estimated for less than 10 days. Since ours is a dye product, it doesn't require cold chain, so we are looking for an ambient temperature, and RH on the safer side must be less than 55%.
So we at Prime Protein intend to progress country as presented in stage 2. And so we have came up with the special efforts in doing so. We at Prime Protein are proposing the special packet that is specially made for Anganwadis and Poshan Vatikas. It is quite cheaper, but with the same nutritional content. I swear, you all would be shocked, isn't it? This is how we reduce the cost.
Yes, for government, we are able to achieve 47% cost reduction for cream of spinach and 57% cost reduction for royalty carrot. This is achieved by significantly reducing our margins and completely eliminating marketing cost.
Along with this, we intend to take advantages of government schemes like the Integrated Child Development Services Nutrition Scheme, which will help us to get our product to Anganwadi workers. Using the Poshan Abhiyan scheme, we will get our food product there with the government better service delivery. And we also envision settling up our production in rural area and taking its advantage of the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program to create employment for women and youth there.
Now, what we meant by we are not stopping here is that we have visualized many more products for this brand, developing iron-rich soups for mothers suffering from anemia, all-natural protein snacks for children like biscuits. That was our time. Thank you for the opportunity, and we are open for questions now.
So good presentation, Team Protein Chips. I really like the idea. Just wanted to confirm one thing on the costing parts. You said that what will be a selling price for 20 gram? It's 30 rupees, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you evaluated that? Is it costly or is it cheaper? Because I said you saying that it's cheap, so cheap one.
Yeah. So
Yes.
So we have done a survey in which we asked mothers that what would be the price would you buy the product. So we mentioned 3 price points, that is 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and above 40. So 30, in the range of 30 to 40, 60% of the mothers told that they can buy the product that would be in the range from 30 to 40. And so we have decided Yeah. So we
Okay.
have
So
decided.
depending on survey year did this, right? That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, but ideally, because looking at the cost which you have said as of now, it's 20 to 30, 20 gram for 30 rupees is actually 1500 rupees a kg. So it is costlier than the almonds or the raise or anything, any dry fruits which we buy from the market.
Yeah.
So it's ideally going more costlier than that. Then why will a person buy that? So
Yeah,
that
but our one packet is equivalent to almost 10 almonds.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have comparatively studies done.
In
And
one of the
after that-
nutrients, right?
Yeah, in one of the
Yes.
nutrient
Yeah.
that is protein. We can also calculate in the terms of fiber and such.
Okay, is there any opportunity to cut down the cost, and how will you do that?
So one of the things would be scaling up. Scaling up would significantly cut down the cost of dehydration as well.
Yes.
And
Which
supply
is a
chain
major
management
cost
would
bucket?
also, as
Which
we
is a
intend
major-
to set up somewhere near a mandi, somewhere near a farm,
Mandis.
our distribution cost, our procurement cost would go down.
What is the raw material cost come for this product?
Harsha, can you share this slide?
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Approx numbers are okay.
Okay.
I think you written it over here, RM and PM for 420 rupees, right?
Yeah.
So what is the composition of RM? Any rough estimate?
Yes. So for percentage breakdown, it accounts for 33%, whereas the conversion cost, that is 17%. And in conversion cost, we have included all the costs such as manpower cost, electrical consumption for dehydrator, pulverizer, and metal detection. And the both cost accounts for nearly 50 to 55% RM, PM, and conversion cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
Team Prime Protein, I'm really impressed by overall detailed work. It seems to be the perfect product to be in the market. Best price you are claiming, best nutrition value you are claiming, better than the competition.
Yeah.
What are the challenges you are expecting?
So one of our major challenges is scaling up the hybrid dehydration process of utilizing solar dehydration and electrical dehydration. One of our challenges is that.
No, if it is not there, what will happen? Why I'm asking this? Because you are claiming best price, best nutrition, yeah, and the price is also what is the lower side of what your consumer has said, between the 30 to 40.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, if I launch it in the market, will it capture the entire market? Will it throw out Knorr and other brands?
So one thing would also be establishing really good taste, because without taste, something wouldn't sell. So working on that would also be one of our criteria, because if our taste is palatable to each and everyone, which though we have conducted an experiment, but that was at home because we couldn't meet at the campus. Establishing that would give us a really good boost, because most of the products are sold because of their taste in the food market.
Okay, so meeting the taste requirement is the biggest challenge you are anticipating. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi team, I have a question. I saw a photograph of the soup which you guys have prepared at your home.
Yeah.
So on that, did you mix that powder in liquid, or you started concentrating your whatever slurry you had prepared? Because some of these soups from competition, they have these pre-gelatinized starches or something else which adds to the texture and improves the taste.
Yeah.
So,
So
what was the distinction factor which
we have added the potato starch as well. Also we have added the millet flour that also contains the high amount of starch, and these photos are clicked after a time being of 10 minutes. So the starch absorbs the water into it, and so the photos that you are seeing seems like the soup is thickened.
So this is from the powder. Not
Yeah.
concentrating. Okay.
No. This is from the powder.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good work, guys.
Thank you
Really
so much.
nice.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Team Protein, hi, Achal here. So, any specific reason why you are targeting rural area, and if at all, considering if you get a success in a rural area, if you have launched a project in urban area, what are the changes that you would like to do in your existing product, or you would like to launch the product as it is in the market without any
So we
changes?
were tackling malnutrition as a priority. And one of the key things we also observe is that creating employment in the rural area, creating work for women there, would enhance the enhance the living standards there even, enhance nutrition standards there even. And therefore we started with the idea of having us set up in a rural area near a farm or near a mandi. Further, if Akshat you could answer.
Yes. Further, I would like to add that the severity of malnutrition is seen more in the village part compared to the urban part. So, if we are targeting the rural area, so it will help us to target malnutrition at a higher level compared to the urban part. So that's why we are firstly targeting the rural areas, so we can get better hold for malnutrition at that site, and after that we can come towards the urban area.
And also as I said, will do a contract basis with the government, will provide them a bulk pouches of 1 kg, so that the cost of our soup is reduced drastically. As we shown, we have almost reduced the margin to 50% for the both of the products, so that the government can afford it, and even they can provide the children, so that the children can get the good nutrition, and they can tackle the problem of malnutrition as such.
Yes. Also, government has established a very good supply chain through Anganwadis and Poshan Vatikas. So this supply chain can help us to reach a product to the needed person, malnourished child. So government is already working on it. And we think that helping government in this scenario will definitely help to get good results to counter malnourishment in this country. So that's why we are keen to focus on working with government to increase our reachability of the product to the needy one.
Thank you.
I would like to add one point. Like, if we set up our plant in the rural areas, we can have some government schemes, some government subsidiaries on us, and also from a product which we are launching to the schemes, they can also help. So from this, our cost will can also be reduced.
Yeah.
Hello, hi Shubhashish. How will you fund your business?
Yes, sir.
How will you fund your business? Have you thought about it?
I didn't get your questions exactly.
Okay, so who is going to spend on your business? I'm saying you need some money, right?
Yeah. So as I explained first, we are targeting mothers. We are targeting urban mothers as well as rural mothers. So so the people we have interacted are the women living in the urban cities, and they have shown the interest that their soup is, they are ready to incorporate the soup in their everyday diet, and 80% of the women have told that they can buy the soup if we propose them the soup that is highly nutritious plus with the good cost. That is, I mean, what we want to propose.
No, I got it. My question was different. My question was like, who is going to sponsor your business, or do you have enough funds to start your business?
So if we'd love if Mondelez takes a stake in our company.
Yes.
Okay.
Currently, there is a great market opportunity in this space. So as for soup is the very new concept to outside world, but currently in India, it is growing on a large scale. And talking to the market opportunity, the size of this market is very huge. And if we are giving angle of nutrition to this soup, then I think there is a huge customer base in India which are willing to buy our product.
Okay, so how much money do you need?
Yes.
So that
Harsha,
for
can you
that we
show
would
us?
need more than 2 weeks.
No, Harsha, you can show. Smith has calculated some
Yeah,
of the
okay.
machinery costs.
Yeah, okay. Just a
So
second.
basic machinery cost and area requirement is already been calculated, but the exact amount of money that is required is still not calculated because of the time limits. But yeah, surely we will work on that. as we are looking forward to take this brand at a higher level. Harsha, can you just share the screen and show?
Just give me a second.
Yeah, sure. From the Excel sheet.
Yeah. So is the sheet visible now?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, Harsha.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you just drag to the point where we have calculated our machinery's cost?
Okay.
Harsha, on the same sheet costing, there is a upper table where it.
Okay, no worries. Got it.
Yeah. Yes, the blue one, blue color table. So
Upper
yeah.
side.
Yeah. So these are some of the basic calculations that we are looking for, like the dehydrate, all the machineries that we are required for this business to run with the approximately cost of 7 lakhs. But here in this, we have not included the area requirement cost. So yeah, so in the 7 lakh equipments, we can carry out our operations on a small scale. So yes.
Okay, but just curious, like, have you kind of, how did you kind of assume this cost? Like, for example, dehydrated 2,40,000, like, have you checked with any supplier, or this is something that you have assumed?
Yes, for the costing part, we have not only checked with the suppliers, but we have also talked with the entrepreneurs that are currently in this space. So yeah. So for costing, as same goes for the capacity that we are required, also goes for the electrical consumption. So we have talked with the entrepreneurs that are already in this business. We have also looked after the suppliers, and then we have estimated these costs.
Okay. No, thank you. Means it looks like on a lower side, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Hi team, Rohit here. Just a quick check because you seem to be targeting two fronts: urban customers plus government tendered process. Where would you envision a majority of your sales and revenue coming from?
So yeah, of course, I think there is more markup in our prices, margins in our prices in the urban side. So and today half most of the things, though retail business cannot be undermined, but there is a lot of space through online portals as well.
Okay, and the primary reason you picked this was to address the issue of malnourishment, which you said was a larger problem in the rural market. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, how do you then try to bridge where you foresee your revenues coming from, which is urban, versus where the actual problem that you're trying to solve lies?
Yeah, so it is not like that the most of the malnutrition childs are in village, but also in the urban areas. So for when we talked with the mothers, every mother wants that her child must have must get good nutrition, but she was worried that does my child get the nutrition? Does my child is on a positive side of nutrition? So yes, that's the question the mothers from the urban areas felt, and to help mothers, we are looking to grow our business in this sector.
Okay, thank you, team.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, team, for wonderfully handling the Q&A from the jury. So, Reena, we are halfway into our session. We have put 3 concepts, ideas, and end-to-end execution strategy, right? What do you think?
Yes, Rati, it's such energy, so much creativity, and the young minds are truly innovative. I think the competition now is heating up, and perhaps we all need to cool off a little. So let's take a short 15-minute break.
Okay, so it's a break time. So we shall all be back at 3:30 p.m. So have your coffee, tea break, whatever you want. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good short break. So let's get going with the next set of presentations. So let's call our next team Professor Food from NIFTIM Tanjavur. Sorry, I'm a bit confused about NIFTIM and IFFPT. It's okay. So we have Abdul Rahman, Irene Mary, Sanjay, and Mohammed Ramiz with us today. Hello, everyone.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
So we've asked them a few questions about the journey, and I think the question I have picked for them today is how they have come up with this team name, Professor Food, and what they have shared with us is that I see as interesting story and a good cause behind it. Would any of you would like to share with the rest of us?
Yeah, ma'am. So Professor Food is actually an Instagram and LinkedIn handle that we started 2 years ago during the lockdown. So it is actually a imaginary
Professor, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible, Reena?
Yes, we can hear team.
Yes, we can hear you as well as the team, Rati.
Hello.
Rati, I think
we can hear you.
Okay.
I think she can't hear us. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, team.
Okay, so this has been an initiative that we started 2 years ago during the lockdown. We started an Instagram as well as a LinkedIn handle where we have an imaginary character, Professor Food, who explains the concepts in food technology and all the science behind how this happens in food using a layman's language. So this is easily conveyed. So we thought nothing else in the whole globe could describe us as a team rather than our handling.
Okay, nice one. So you have your time now. Start with your presentation.
Ma'am, is this visible?
Yes, it is.
So Rome wasn't built in a day. So is the legacy of completely nourished countries. The government and society, together with the technopreneur, can find a slow, steady, and holistic solution. Hi, everyone. This is Team Professor Food presenting before you our concept, Nutrisite, your personal Nutri guide.
Start with, we have the roadmap of our presentation. We'll start with the problem defined, then the solution explained, and the appendix, which involves proofs and data to substantiate the solution. So what is malnourishment? So malnourishment as defined by World Health Organization involves undernutrition, overnutrition, as well as diet-related non-communicable diseases caused by micronutrient deficiencies. And what is the cause of malnutrition in India? Status in India. The National Family Health Survey and Global Hunger Index 2021 depicts malnutrition in India as follows. Also, the GHI places India at a shamingly low ranking of 101st spot among the 135 countries. And for this, we have conducted some of the real-time study by our team on BMI categorization as well as awareness on malnourishment by the population. As you can see, underweight, pre-obesity, and obesity is a rising concern in specified age groups respectively. Also, most people are unaware of the issue of malnourishment. And another study we have conducted with the help of medical shops to see how bothered the population with respect to the rising problem of malnourishment is. And most people come to know about the fact only after their routine medical consultations. So we gathered some of the opinions from the medical community. And on collecting opinions from the medical community, we came to a conclusion on what deficiencies prevail the most in society. And this helped us in formulating our solution.
So the problem is well defined. And as technopreneurs, we have a holistic and revolutionary solution for this problem. So let me explain to you what is Nutrisite, the concept. The concept of Nutrisite is to provide a completely personalized, multi-purpose Nutri mix that can cater all of your personal nutritional requirements. We're targeting a group of consumers ranging from 3 years to 45 years of age. And this powder is coming in 3 different applications. One is that of a beverage that can be coming in dairy as well as non-dairy base. The next one is a food application that you can mix with your daily staple food. And the other one is a masala mix, when you have the roasted Indian spices along with the protein powder that can season your cuisine with an appetizing flavor and aroma. So this concept is primarily having 3 major segments: the Nutrisite app, the Nutrisite smart vending machine, and the NutriMix. So what the user has to do is to install our app and then register by entering his data. Once it is done, the app will provide him with 4 different options. First one is to get a customized NutriChip and then the Nutrisite Nutri mix as a result. Then it also allows the user to locate the nearest smart vending machine and also to know about the transparency of the ingredients that are used in our mix. Also, there is a sustainable and innovative approach, Feed Me Plastic. What it does is that it allows the user to deposit plastic waste at the Nutrisite smart vending machine, and the amount of waste that you have deposited will change into redeemable smart points in your app. Okay, so let me take you to the working of our app. The user will be giving his data as an answer to the questionnaire that is displayed. So all of this data will be collected in the database. From the database, this will move on to the cloud and where analysis happens. So the analysis part is like this. Actually, there is a comparative study between preset research data and the 5 methods that are listed here. So using that as a result, we get a QR code to the user's app, which has the embedded ratio of Nutri mix, the ratio or the proportion of mixture that should be provided to the user. And the interpretations that are made by the app include whether the consumer is overnourished or undernourished. So the app will give suggestions to what the user should do if he is overnourished or undernourished. Now, this slide explains the prototype of the internal as well as the external prototypes of our machine that is designed by us. So here you can see once the QR code is scanned, the machine will get command to dispense the ingredients from the chamber using time-controlled rotary valve. This will fall onto the sub-mixing chamber where a mixture is created, and then finally onto the main mixing chamber where you get the homogeneous mixture. From there, it falls onto the vertical form fill seal machine, and then from there it dispenses as packets. So here we can see a smart mat, which makes it easy for the user to weigh and take his weight and sense his height at the Nutrisite smart vending machine. There is also an option to get a regular generalized mix from the Nutrisite smart vending machine. And now coming to the composition, we have taken 8 primary nutrients and sources from 7 varied sources. For some, we are using isolates, and for some, we are using direct addition. This comes in 4 different flavors: the original, vanilla, chocolate, and the indigenous lychee flavor. While choosing the ingredients, we have taken into consideration the recommended daily allowances prescribed by FSSAI and the composition of that particular nutrient in the source that we are taking.
So now coming to the packaging part of our product, we adopt a sustainable packaging method for the Nutri mix using biodegradable packaging material, which is derived from the organic sources. So here we can see in the slide the prototype we have designed for the 250-gram packets as well as the 50-gram sachets. Next comes the shelf life part of a product. From the preliminary research we have done, we have came to a conclusion that the absorption of moisture by nutritional yeast would be a hurdle to the shelf life of mix. So we conducted a small experiment to study the moisture absorption, and the observation and calculations made are shown in the slide here. Hence, we came to conclusion that a more sophisticated chamber for nutritional yeast and storage conditions for the product has been devised. Now on to the cost and sustainability part of our concept. On performing the reverse engineering for the product, we came to a logical deduction that a 250-gram packet can be sold in the range from 250 to 300 rupees, and the 15-gram sachets for around 15-20 rupees. The table here depicts how we arrived at the price range, considering the margin of profit. Our concept also aims to contribute a sustainable tomorrow through the usage of biodegradable packaging, as well as a truly innovative approach of Feed Me Plastic. Since the concept is well explained, let's watch John's Nutri journey.
So now let's have a look at some of the benefits offered by our concept. Our novel concept provides you with a customized gluten-free solution from authentic and transparent sources. Apart from the health and allied benefits, our concept also generates ample amount of employment opportunities throughout the stages of the implementation. And once we devised our concept, a question came into our mind whether our product will be market feasible. And we got a solution for that by performing two researches. First one is the consumer choice preference, and second one is the consumer price preference. And we came to know that a less number of population only prefer health supplements over powder, biscuit, beverage, and Nutribar. And surprisingly, our Nutrimix is capable of being an ingredient in all of these. The price feasibility was also analyzed by us. Next is the market penetration of our product. So the market penetration of our concept starts from the places of public gathering to rural areas via FHCs, PHCs, and Anganwadis. Further, we plan to expand our concept via a courier and home delivery services pan-India. And at later stages, a more detailed mission we can provide, which is especially for which provides customized chocolate, especially for the school students. And that's all about stages of implementation.
So the problem and the solution is well and good explained. Now what we need is to implement this slowly, steadily, and successfully. So let's join hands to cater to serve the complete food, a need that is well deserved. We would like to extend our warm gratitude to Mondelez International for this wonderful opportunity, our mentor for the constant guidance, motivation, and support, and to our institute, NIFTMT, formerly IFPT, Tanjavur. Now we are open to any of the questions from the jury.
Professor Food, love your concept and love your name. Can you go back to your raw material processing slide? I have some questions there. Yeah, here. Can you help me explain why you have choose a very specific ways or methods of extraction? I say here supercritical extraction, and which are very expensive to set up and set up on a larger scale. Any specific reason why you're choosing this kind of extractions method?
Yes, sir. Number one is that we need to provide quality products to our customers. So we needed to give them high quality products. And of course, the initial investments for all of these are very high. We know that. And still, we would like to give them high quality products. So we thought we will, upon research, we found we've added in the appendix. We have read papers on supercritical fluid extraction as well as spray drying techniques. And then we came to know that we can use that at a longer run. This can be profitable because our product is just going to address a large population with respect to a bigger problem.
Okay, and how are you going to then do a cost or benefits when you compare with entire your extra setup cost versus your selling and the profitable cost?
Yes, sir. The cost was estimated based on the raw materials we used for the product itself. But considering the equipments and the methods we adopt for that, we can means the initial investment would be high, but we can promise you that after a few later years of implementation, we can gain benefits and we gain profits from that from our product itself, which can overcome the initial investment. So this was how the product price fixing of the product was done based on the initial raw materials used, and we assumed a particular conversion factor for that, keeping in mind the processes and the instruments used.
Thank you, team.
I Sanjeev this side. In this costing, have you considered the price for your vending machine?
Yes, sir. We have actually considered a conversion factor for all that, and we took a rough estimate of how these processing could be done on various ingredients that are used.
No, my question is because you will have to spend money on the vending machine also.
Yes, sir.
So have you considered that?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. We have also considered on each packet. We have considered some of the costs for logistics as well as other vending machine operating costs also.
Why you chose vending machine? Why not the traditional shops or even online?
Sir, the major reasons are to provide customized nutrition. We cannot provide customized nutrition packets in the shops as such. So using vending machine, we can provide a better option.
Means the production means we need to produce.
See, vending machine will act as a shop only, where it will be operated by a machine or by the consumer itself.
Sir, but no consumer will get a personalized nutrition, sir, in market. But our vending machine can give that, sir.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Right. I have a question. So you talk about the sustainable packaging, right? Can you let me know which substrate specifically have you researched upon, which can give you the shelf life that you're looking at?
Yeah, we are actually looking upon chitin and chitosan for the packaging materials, for biodegradable packaging that we are looking upon. So,
Which biodegradable packaging material?
chitin and chitosan.
Okay. And one more question I have is about how your products, there are a lot of Nutri mixes available, right, in the market today. How is your product different to them? What is your key benefit?
Ma'am, the major difference is that this is a personalized Nutri-mix concept. So it is given based upon what he lacks, particularly upon that. And for most other Nutri-mix that is available, compared to that, our USP would be like it is completely from vegetal sources. And also, we are also like moving on at the later stages also. We are focusing on giving only to like the it is actually widely applicable to a larger population, not just confining ourselves into a niche population. This is available to a larger population.
Okay. Okay.
Hi team. I have 3 questions. So let me start with the first one. Okay. You're dispensing customized Nutri mixes for personalized nutrition from vending machines. Yeah. Have you given a thought about what would be your labeling on pack for the contents, the ratios, etc., all displayed on this wonderful pack that you've designed?
Yes, we have considered that. For the labelings, we have in the label you have mentioned the ingredients that are used in the packets, means in the mix. And for finding the ratio, means for each individual the ratio would be different, because according to his nutrition profile, the ratio of the ingredients would be different. So he can find that in his app. In his app, the ratio of the ingredients would be there. And we'll like to place this product under the proprietary food category.
Also,
the app provides an option know your ingredients. So the user is registering with his personal data and with his user ID and password. So whatever he goes into the app and know your ingredient session will display what all the content and the ratio in his particular personalized pack.
I would like to add on to that. Also, sir, one main advantage of our product is that the authenticity of our raw materials. Sir. The user will be able to know from what all products we have isolated these powders. That is one of
my question is more in terms of the regulatory labeling. I fully understand, the user has purchased it through the app, etc. So I want to see what checks have you done in terms of the required regulatory labeling for these hyper personalized packs that are being dispensed on site.
Yes, sir. Sir, we are collecting the age and sex of a person. So for a person having that age and sex, there will be a recommended data relevance for each nutrient, sir. So if that guy is more in that more he is having that more amount of that nutrients, we will serve less amount of that nutrient in our pack, and vice versa, sir. So the maximum limit is that recommended daily allowance only, sir.
Okay. My second question, as I promised, there are 3. Yeah. You had mentioned that this can be used within. You'd called out 3 specific uses in
Yes.
beverages, both dairy, non-dairy, food applications, and as a masala mix. Which of these kind of applications or final products have you actually thought of testing it out, and what if you were to test it out to check for things like how does it taste, what is the impact, how would you go about it?
Sir, if such a question comes, the first thing that we would test for would be a beverage. So automatically the ingredients of our beverage powder is having the protein, which is an emulsifying agent. Then we are going to add 1 tablespoon of our powder onto lukewarm water and then mix it. So there comes water, then we have omega-3 fatty acids. So water and oil is there. So we will get a foamy nature that will resemble a thick kind of shake, kind of thick nature. So that texture would give appealing appearance to the consumer. So we, like if at all we have a chance, we would automatically go for testing the beverage application first.
Okay, and what would you test it for? I mean, that's the second part of the question. So you're testing on a beverage, but how would you determine, or what would be the parameters for your test to determine success or failure?
First, we will have to do proximate composition, and whether the bioavailability is completely met, that we have to check for. And other than that, we would also go for sensory evaluation, like whether this is appealing to the consumers, whether there is any mouthfeel or aftertaste that is not appealing to the consumers. But during our preliminary research, we have found that almost all flavor can be masked, and then we're adding external flavors like vanilla, chocolate, the original flavor that is primarily meant for food application. For beverage, vanilla, chocolate, and elaichi flavor.
And I assume that you have considered these testing and development costs into your pricing model.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. My final question is a build on what Sanjeev had also asked. You basically selected vending machines as your route to market. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious to know, have you considered any other alternatives, and what was the primary reason for discarding those alternative models?
That mainly due to the customized nutrition we provide, sir. We are providing personal nutrition for each individual. So vending machine will be a better option. So that's why we choose vending machine, sir.
Also, adding on that, like we have thought of like initially the first market penetration strategy for all of the Nutri powders would be via supermarkets or hypermarkets. But our powder is unique from them because it is catering personal nutritional requirements. So we just want to do only a simple task. Just get your QR code scanned in the machine, and the machine will instantly dispense what you require. So there is no other option. According to our limited knowledge, what we have found, there's no other option rather than to provide a vending machine rather than any other kinds of option.
So adding
Okay.
on
Yeah, go ahead.
Adding on to that means considering other products or other powders in the market, they can be produced in a bulk amount. Whereas our product, it's a customized product. It means each individual has only his product. So it needs to be produced separately. So we can find that, means we can prepare that in the vending machine easily. That's why we chose it.
Okay. So is this a readily available vending machine, or would you be developing the vending machine as well?
We would need to develop the vending machine also, sir.
Okay. And is that cost of developing the vending machines also included into your pricing model?
Yeah, that is just a matter of initial investment. So we've added it on.
Okay. So when you're looking at overall, because you've chosen vending machines as your route to market, have you compared any other competitors who use vending machines as the mode to understand the intricacies of vending machine deployment and managing them across the geographies?
So we have,
because I see you've explained quite clearly how you've researched into the nutrients and the product side of it, but because the vending machine is also something that you would need to develop, that also becomes your product. So have you done the required research into vending machines as well?
Yes, sir. We have means for Kellogg's, they have prepared one of the vending machines, not here in India, but abroad in US. They have that prepared for this personalized cereal mix. We have researched on that, and we have found that personalized cereal mix can be prepared for breakfast users. So similarly, we can prepare similarly we can compare our vending machine to that.
All right, thank you team. Yeah.
Hi team, this is Pushkar. I think, first of all, I think this is a great idea of personalizing nutrition. But I also want to understand, if it is so personalized, does it mean that every consumer needs to pay a different price based on what he or she will get from the vending machine? And if so, does that even mean that the most nutrition deficient person will have to pay the highest price?
Yes, sir. It is personalized, so the price will also become personalized, obviously. So that's why we are providing a range. But we promise that the range will be limited to 250 to 300 rupees for a 250-gram packet. So if a person is completely malnourished, then of course he will have to pay a little more, but not that much high compared to others. That is why we have provided a range.
Okay, thank you.
Nadeem, have you tried to prepare these products and test it with the consumers?
No, sir. Instead of due to limited resources available, like we were not able to do it because beta carotene isolates and all were not available. So what we did was just to do a market feasibility survey. So if such a product is available,
survey I got it. In terms of product, did you try any of the prototypes with yours within your group at least?
No. The product was not prepared, but we tried understanding and analyzing the raw materials. Like we had isolates of protein made, and then we also had the protein powders. Like how can that be different from us?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, team, I have a question. Komal here. So generally for Nutri powders kind of stuff, either consumer goes to chemist shops or they make it on their own or a packed product. Have you got any database to back this up on the vending machine concept?
Ma'am, can you please repeat your question?
My question is, do you have enough consumer data to back that the vending machine, the powder coming from vending machine is what they would prefer?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. That's why we have done a market feasibility survey. For market feasibility survey, we have given question. So in the questionnaire, we have asked whether they would prefer such kind of a product and the price range also. So with that, we came to a conclusion that people will come up if we are giving it in a vending machine also.
Also, ma'am, I want to add up to that. Also our Nutri powder can be used as an ingredient for making other products, ma'am, like Nutri bar, biscuit, etc., ma'am, beverages, etc. So it finds a wide use of application, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, team and Judy. We have done with your timing for Q&A.
Thank you.
Yeah. You very well handled all the questions from the jury.
Yes, absolutely. That was a very intriguing Q&A session by our jury. Now let's move on to our next team, Team Titans from IIT Kharagpur. We have today with us Sakshi Gupta, Suryansh Mahajan, Anubhav Singh Charan, Ankit Rathore, and the category is food waste utilization. Welcome, team, and I hope you're having a good time. Now, when we interacted with Team Titans, they said it is all about power, and power comes in different forms. Before you start out with your presentation, it would be great if you can tell our audience how you came upon choosing your team name as Titans.
Actually, warm greetings to everyone. We wanted a good name, like it should describe the team. We have a name for our product, but we wanted to focus on the capabilities of the team. So that's why this name sounds pretty amazing, and it represents us the superiority also. So we thought we decided in our within the team, and we thought to go with it with Titans.
Sure.
Ma'am, shall I proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening to the jury members, audience, and my dear friends. We are Team Titans. Our product is Nutri Puffy. It is a healthy, nutritious puffed snack, and I believe that the name is self-explanatory for an iron fortified puffed snack. Let us see what led to the development of this idea. So, food processing and manufacturing industries are the next slide, please. Are the leading sources of food waste generation. But not all these byproducts, like for example, that we get from juice processing industries like peels, bagasse, trimmings, stems, etc., are not waste. In fact, they can be incorporated with some other ingredients and will add nutrition to our final product. So two such byproducts are apple pomace and orange pomace. They are produced at very high levels in India, but unfortunately, due to the lack of awareness, they are just being used as an animal feed. Apple pomace has very high phenolic and antioxidant content. So the idea is to use the apple pomace and orange pomace as ingredients for puffed snack, and also to enrich the puff with iron to get a very healthy and nutritious alternative compared to other puffed snacks available in the market. Next.
Now, coming on the market analysis, this is a step which is a check that the idea will be able to generate revenue in the market or not. The report suggests that 91% of Indian wants the healthy and alternative of snacks. And also the snack consumption of 4 out of 10 consumers has increased by 14%. Here in the figures, it suggests that the first pie chart that we can say that extruded snack occupy 1/3 of the snack market share. Hence, they are readily accepted in India. While the second pie chart shows that consumption of snack in east and southern region of India is less. So we can explore these market by introducing some regional flavor in our product. Also, data shows that snack market have grown exponentially in past years, and it will grow with a rate of 15% in future. In a nutshell, there is a huge gap of healthy snack alternative in Indian food market.
And that gap in the market can be filled by a product like Puffy. Now I would like to explain that why it can survive in the market. Puffy will be rich in fibers, irons, and protein. It will be good for growing kids and reduces the risk of anemia. Also, it will be a baked product, so it will have much lesser fat as compared to the most of the puffed snacks, which are generally fried. It makes it a better alternative for health conscious community who have a craving for spicy snacks. Because of apple and orange pomaces, it is rich in polyphenols, antioxidants, and many micronutrients like calcium, potassium, and zinc, which helps in reduction of risk against many diseases, including heart conditions and certain cancers. Also, it may help in increasing the brain function and better digestion. Next. After deciding our product type, we decided to take a survey from consumers about their preferences, because in the end, the success of any product is always dependent on the consumer acceptance. Our consumer centricity survey received 106 responses, and out of 106, 24% were female, and 94% of the participants belong to the age group of 21 to 30. Taking the key point out of the consumer input, we got to know that 63% of the participants are willing to pay 5 to 20% extra for a nutritious alternative, and their preference for their taste is highest. Packaging, aroma, nutrition, and texture were also important. Similarly, about the flavor of the product, red chili has the highest fan following. So initially we can introduce red chili flavor in the market, and after our product has name in the market, we can introduce other flavors. Next.
So this slide depicts how the back side of a package of Puffy will look like. It is a healthier and a smarter choice for ready-to-eat snacks, and we all be agreeing to this. The speciality of our product is it is rich in protein. That is, it has 15 grams per 100 gram, which is 1.5 times the currently available products. This protein is contributed because of the pea flour and the corn flour, and some portion comes from the orange pomace also. It is fortified with iron, as we are adding iron premix. That is a mixture of iron, vitamin B12, folic acid. And its calculation is available in the appendix 1. It is a very good source of fiber due to the presence of pomace, and it is low in fat. So our major ingredients are corn flour and pea flour. Then comes some of the onion flour and onion and tomato powder, spices and condiments like turmeric, jeera powder, etc., and preservatives. So in preservatives, we have acidity regulator. That is, it is citric acid. It imparts citric flavor to the food. Also, it maintains the pH of the food. Flavor enhancer as disodium glucinate, that is a natural sodium salt, and sodium salt of iocyanate acid. Anti-caking agent, that is silicon dioxide. It is used to reduce the tendency of the food to adhere and to stick to one another. Now, this table shows the nutrient content of the Puffy and its RDA based on the daily intake percentage. We fall into the category of proprietary foods under the section 15.1 as extruded snacks. The shelf life that we are expecting from Puffy is 6 months from the date of manufacturing. Next, please.
Ankit, you are mute.
Now, as we are going through the ingredients, let's see that how the product will be formulated. Initially, corn, which is responsible for the better expansion of the product and has a direct influence on the texture. It balances the ratio of the protein and the starch. Peas, are responsible for binding property and also imparts the crispiness and strength to the puffed snack. Whereas apple and orange pomace are the rich source of dietary fiber. After grinding all the four ingredients, it is sieved, passed through 30 micron sieve. After that, it is blended to dough where the iron premix is added to it. The dough will serve as an input to the hot twin extruder, where the conditions for extrusion will be kept as the screw speed maintained at 50 rpm, the die head temperature kept at 170 degrees Celsius with the initial feed moisture content of 20%. The expected expansion ratio of the product is around 2.84 with a bulk density of 458 kg per meter cube and a hardness of 6 Newton. Once the product is obtained, it can be seasoned in a tumbler where the desired flavor and the spices can be added on. After the mixing, the product is ready to be packed and sent to market. But wait a minute. Before this, we have some major properties that need to be considered during a process development. That is, the major properties that are needed from the raw materials perspective: bulk density, the moisture content of raw material, fiber content, antioxidant and total phenolic contents are of major importance. For the extrusion parameters, expansion ratio is the major parameter that need to be considered. Proximity analysis can be carried out after it to study the effect of temperature on the various molecules such as protein, carbs, dietary fibers. And then at the end, sensory properties can be evaluated on the parameters such as flavor, color, mouthfeel, and the overall acceptability by the customer.
Now coming on the shelf life improvement, it is a important step because long shelf life of the product can be a game changer in the market. Now these are the factors that affect the shelf life of any packaged food, among which the water activity is the most important one. Since our product will have low water activity, microbial deterioration will not be an issue, but moisture gain will be. Hence, deciding parameter will be critical water activity, which is reached when any of these three constraints crosses the limit. Then shelf life of the product can be calculated by putting the values of the parameter into the given equation. Actually, this parameter defines the storage condition of the product. Then keeping all this packaging requirement into our mind, we have to come to the conclusion that we will use 3-layer laminate for as a packaging material for high water vapor permeability and nitrogen flushing to prevent oxidation in the product. Then coming on the cost analysis. For the cost analysis, we have divided our cost into two parts, that is fixed and operational cost. In fixed cost, value like cost of various machinery, construction cost of plant, that is 50 lakh, which further includes cost of land, electrical, grid, and expenses on the insurance and taxes. So in total, the fixed cost is estimated about 59 lakhs. Then in the operation cost, which includes the cost of all the raw material with the daily maintenance cost of 30,000, which further include the transportation cost of marketing and miscellaneous expenses. Now, assuming that plant will operate for 8 hours with a production capacity of 800 kg per day, daily operational cost is calculated as about 97,000 per day. So finally, by calculating all these costs and assuming that 8% of interest and finalizing the rate of Nutri Puffy as 10 rupees per 50 gram pack, the break-even point is found as 15.36 lakh packets. And finally, in the conclusion, we Titans have faith that Nutri Puffy is an industrially feasible product and it qualifies all stages of product development. Thank you.
Jury, you can proceed with your questions now.
Yeah, thanks, Team Titan. I think interesting presentation and interesting way of delivering some fortification. Okay, but means looking into the nutrient profile. Okay, means it just partly delivers the nutrient that we need, right? What is so different for this product? Why should I buy it? I'm saying means I have so many other means to kind of take and fortify those nutrition to such a small extent, right? So what is the USP? And you also talked about like usage of waste reduction and using orange and apple pumice for this one, right? So what is the key factor? What is so unique? What do you think is so unique about this product?
Sir, actually, it is rich in all the required macronutrients like iron, fibers, and various other things. So at this minimum cost, other competitors are offering very less instead, and also it is a snack product. So instead of wasting your money on the other snack products and extruded expanded products, you will buy a healthy snack and tasty one also.
Okay, so have you done a comparison? Suppose I don't have to use you're also fortifying me to the iron, right? So if you don't use that orange and apple pumice and just do a regular mix and regular puff snack, have you done the comparison of Nutri and the cost?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to answer it. Like, firstly, we are using apple and orange pomace. They are rich in antioxidant and polyphenols. Now, if we see that why, for your first answer, I would like to add some few lines. You said that why I would go for it. This product, we are baking it, although there are baked products available in the market, but here the protein content we are claiming is 1.5 times than the available products, which is due to the peas that we have added, which is rich in protein. At the same time, iron fortification is because from the previous presenters also, and currently looking at the scenario in India, research suggests that more than 50% women are deficient in iron. So we thought that it will be a very good to go with this, although for a health, there are very less choices available in the market for a healthy snack, for such spicy or healthy snacks which is in the market. So that is it. And then other than that, for the comparison, iron content and the protein content are much higher in our puff snack than currently available products there.
I got it. I think means the missing link. What I'm trying to figure it out. Like you wanted to add apple and orange, which is a waste, and wanted to utilize it. Means none of these benefits are coming from that essentially. Okay, so means you could have used it in any other forms or matter. Why this puff nutrient is what I was like struggling to find out.
So because the market is big for the puffed snacks, that's why. If we go with the other products, like there are cookies, there are research suggesting cookies, but they doesn't add to the taste. If you want to go if you want to sell the apple pomace or orange pomace just as a as a raw or major ingredient, then it won't be that acceptable, because it is rich in fiber, but all the other things are missing from it. That's why, and these add to the cost of the product also, because they are. Yeah.
So what is the raw material cost comparison between these ingredients? If I have to say replace apple puree with pea powder, right? For example, which is
yes, sir.
So what
Sir,
will be the will be the comparison?
If we compare it with the major raw ingredients in the currently available markets, their raw material is corn or rice flour majorly. So that goes around 30 to 40 rupees per kg. But if we go for apple pomace or orange pomace powder, it is easily available, as it is a industrial waste. In India, currently, we looked into it because supplier for it are not there. We just have to connect it directly to the fruit juice industries, and we made contacts to them. So there it is at a very cheaper cost it is available. If we go for the apple or orange pomace, 10 rupees per kg will be best quality is there.
Okay.
Because
thanks.
The current sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Sanjeev this side. In your ingredient list, I saw E3, E631 and E627. Why you chose this?
So because the available baked snack that have a similar processing unit, the processing line that we are having, they are using these flavor enhancers. So therefore, since our product is very new, so we thought to somewhere relate to the product. Therefore, we have chosen the flavor enhancers as disodium glutamate and sodium salt of iocyanuric acid.
Okay, so it is in line with available products in the market, right?
Like those that have a baked processing line, that is similar to these. We researched on many baked products, so therefore we concluded that okay, we can take these preservatives in our ingredients.
And sir, also these flavor enhancer will enhance the flavor by if we give it a salty, then it will enhance the taste by amplifying this taste of the flavor. So we thought.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, I have a question. So from your nutritional table, it looks like you are developing a very low fat, offering.
Yes.
So how are you ensuring that, and it is baked also? How are you ensuring that the palatability is acceptable to some of the fried products that are available in the market?
Ma'am, reason, since it is extruded, so we do not require much fat in our product as in the dough. Now coming on to palatability, so puff, like if we consider puff, so what do we see? That should be porous, that should be light, that should have a good expansion ratio. So as Ankit had shared, that we have searched on the research papers that if we use apple pomace as an ingredient, so that has a good expansion ratio of 2.8. So this product will fall similar to the puffed snack that are available. So if you are getting a similar product like the puffed snack but in a more healthier and more nutritious form, so like we'll love to have a nutrition more than to go for a unhealthy snack.
Do you
Hi,
think
Team
people are
Titan.
okay to? Sorry, go ahead, Asif.
Yeah. So I have seen that you have spent a lot of time on the process technology, and there were some mentions about increasing the shelf life by adding a nitrogen flushing or a nitrogen blanketing. Now, if you are packing somewhere around 19 to, I think it was 19 lakh pouches, then a lot of automation is needed for this nitrogen flushing. But the initial cost or the initial investments were only of the order of 50 lakhs. So what was the basis of those initial costing details which were shared? I think there was one another slide where you had mentioned, this one.
Yes, sir. We have mentioned the packaging line cost of around 2.5 lakhs. So we thought it must be sufficient.
I think, see, high-speed packaging machines alone can be as expensive as 50 lakhs if you are talking about nitrogen blanketing. Because, do you know any player which is giving a nitrogen blanketing or a nitrogen flushed packages? So these are fairly expensive to start with.
We haven't searched about it, sir. Actually, sorry.
No worries, I think, but definitely you have given a lot of thought on the process technology. So that is really nice. Good work.
Hi team, this is Pushkar.
Hey, go ahead, Pushkar. Go ahead.
Thanks, Rohit. So team, I think in one of the previous questions, I think you mentioned that the best quality raw material could be procured at very cheap cost. My question is how you can judge or grade whether it is best quality or good enough, because right now it's just a waste.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, currently the pomace, like in India, it is used for animal feed only. So to ensure the quality, we just have to make sure that after the processing, after obtaining the juice, it should be directly dried. And once it's a dried, then there is no issue over it. Because if there is a delay in the drying, then there are chances of fermentation in that, because the apple pomace after fruit extraction also the water content is so much high. So after drying, then there won't be that issue. And then orange pomace powder and researches shows that they have after drying they have a shelf life of more than around 9 months. So there won't be that much problem with that.
Okay, but do you think any sense in defining the microbial load or anything apart from just
yes, sir. After drying, there is no much of that issue. I don't think that after drying, the problem will be there for the microbial thing.
Yes, sir, because of the low moisture content of the powder.
Sure, thank you.
Team, so your idea was with respect to rework utilization, or was it with malnutrition?
Actually, it was for the food waste utilization.
Okay, rework utility. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So, so after using this rework, did you find that it will impact on taste, because you are adding around 20% in your product, right? That's a good amount of ingredients which you are using in a product. So, will it have any impact on taste, and how do you
Sir,
check that?
yes, sir. Apple pumice, for apple pumice, there is no such impact on it. Like apple pumice does not impart the flavor of other things. We have checked into it. Whereas there are chances for orange pumice that it has some tinges taste in it. So, as we haven't developed it, this is research based on the researches on carried out on the extruded products of apple and orange pumice. For that, we can if the flavor is more, then we can go with the flavor of that only. Like a puffed snack with an orange flavor can go with that also.
And it will also go with like customer reviews. Like chili flavor will also go with tangy flavor.
Okay.
Citric flavor with some salty and spicy taste. It will be good taste.
Thank you.
Team Komal here. My question is, they are generally puff products which are considered as junk by consumer. So how will your product stand out from the competition, and why would the consumer prefer it?
I will like to answer it. Like I have a personal experience of weight loss. During that journey, I really craved for like eating snacks and this kurkure and all that. But it was very hard for me to like control myself and all that. But whenever I used to go home, I used to like avoid oily products, but I used to eat a lot of baked product. So in that case, we are like really using very less oil, like almost eliminating the oil at fat content because it is a baked product. So guys like that or will prefer it over any other extruded or fried snacks.
Okay, and what kind of packaging options are you considering? I just see a mention about packaging, but what are the combinations that you plan to use?
Ma'am, it will be a 3-layer package that we'll be using. Inner layer will be made up of LDPE films for a better sealing of the product. Then in the middle, we'll be having an aluminum foil layer or any metallized like paper layer in order to provide a support to the packaging. And then on the outer, for the printing substrate, we can have PEF or BOPP film for the printing portion.
Okay.
We have about 70 last question. Can we have from
Hi everyone. So first of all, I think thanks for this level of detail in picking up waste utilization as a topic and thinking it through, because not a lot of people think about waste. Yeah, my question to you is how much of the problem are you solving through this product? What percentage of your um, the generated waste, if we just stick to apple and orange pomace as a waste generation, how much of it will this product and this operation be able to consume? Are we looking at 1%, 10%? What ballpark are we looking at?
Like we have, as you can see, there is so much of the waste like apple pomace and orange pomace that is being generated currently. Like these pomace, like either apple or orange pomace, these are not these are not used on a commercial level. So currently they are having no waste utilization. What we'll be doing is we'll like in terms of, if you'll ask me in terms of numbers, I will not be able to answer that. But yeah, we will definitely be bringing a change. Why? Because we are utilizing like so much of the waste that is being produced.
And like we are just starting it. If this idea goes out, we can start like biscuits and other things, and other brands can also start utilizing it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time and question answer by jury. Okay, let's move to our next team, Team Ajuba. So we have Team Ajuba from ICT Mumbai. We have Nidhi, Priyanka, Adya, and Karusha Jain with us today. So I can see some women power in play today for this team. And we've also asked the standard questions like how they come up with the Team Ajuba, and they shared with us that Team Ajuba is unique. Name is unique in English, and that matches their concept and individual members' personalities. So we would really like to understand, can you tell us about one unique thing about your product, and each of you, just one unique thing in one simple word.
I would like to say that one unique thing is it's not a product, it's a concept.
Okay. And no unique things about yourselves?
Unique about us is we balance our work with our play pretty well. Like we love working, so it does not feel like work.
Okay.
I think I think Nidhi is shying away from telling the real reason. One unique thing, about the whole team, like all the members of the whole team, is like we can imagine crazy combinations and crazy solutions for like everything out of the blue. And one such memorable product that we thought of while working on our concept was onion in honey. So like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but yeah, that's one unique thing that we can, make out ideas and start working on them out of blue.
Wow, great to hear that. Okay, stage is all yours. Start presenting. Your time starts now.
Yeah. Please let me know when the white screen comes up.
Yeah, it has another presentation.
Yes. So you all can see the white screen, right?
Yes, we can. Go on.
So before we start, I would like to know, what would you do if you won a lottery of, $1 trillion US? Sounds impossible, right? Now let me flip the question upside down. What would you do if you were fined with the same amount? And that's a huge bill. And that is approximately the same amount that food waste globally costs us every year, $1 trillion US. It's not that nobody is, addressing the issue. In fact, at post-harvest and processing levels, many big food corporations as well as some startups have already shifted towards upcycling, that is addition of value to waste. But is it solving the problem of waste generation? The answer mostly, for big corporations at least, is yes, but not completely. And in many cases, upcycling even leads to some extra waste streams, which again creates more problem. And that is the focus of Team Ajuba's work today. So the solution we are proposing is actually the concept of multi-step upcycling. As the name suggests, the concept is based on how to utilize the waste substrate completely without leaving any waste or without generating any new waste streams in the process. The food waste we want to start with is the processing waste. From our understanding of this this waste as substrate, it is rich in bioactives, essential oils, fibers, and sometimes also in colors, pigment, and specific compounds of industrial importance, all of which can be extracted from a single source or single substrate batch using sequential treatments. Now we understand that everything cannot be recovered from any type of processing wastes. And even if it is possible, then in a single process flow or in a single sequential treatment, it is not possible to recover like everything. So we tended to build our individual process flows depending on the type of waste substrate that we are getting around a few factors, which are also our USPs. And USPs include that whole waste is being upcycled. There will be minimal chemical usage. More treatment will be focused on the physical treatments, which will lead to natural upcycled products. Then the design of the process is sustainable, low cost input for substrate because it is waste anyways. and reduced carbon footprint, again, because it is a waste valorization concept. Now, there are a few upcycled products which can be recovered from most type of waste, and we have called them general products. And there are some products which are like specific to the specific substrates, specific target substrates, and we call them special products. The general products which can be recovered from most wastes include essential oils. Then it includes natural bioactive rich extracts or juices, the biomass or biomanure, and finally the dietary fiber. Coming to the specific or the special products, the first in the list is the bromelain, which is an extractable enzyme from pineapple waste, also the major component of pineapple waste processing industry, which finds its use in majorly in pharma, food, and cosmetics industry. Now, the products listed so far, starting from the essential oils to bromelain, all these have well-established markets. So we are targeting the B2B route for its, we are planning to go B2B for them. But there are some products which do not really have well-established market in India. The first in the list is Kaute, which is our brand name for cacao husk tea. It is traditionally consumed in African and European regions. It is nutritious, caffeine-free, and sugar-free product made with all natural ingredients using cacao waste or cacao husk. The second in the list is the coca, our brand name for cacao or cocoa juice, which will have fruity taste. The waste part utilized in this is the pulp or mucilage, which remains unutilized while processing cocoa beans. Now, as can be observed, the special products that we have mentioned are quite limited and represent only pineapple and cacao. For our concept, we divide our processing waste into fruits, vegetables, and non-F&B categories, keeping pineapple, onion, and cacao as representatives and our first substrates to try out in our concept. The next is process flows in brief about how we are going to utilize our representative waste substrates.
So moving towards the pineapple processing waste. So these are the representation of different types of products which we can actually obtain after performing sequential treatment on the different parts of pineapple waste. So amongst them, the most important ones which are of our interest include the crude bromelain, the enzyme extracted from pineapple, and the next one are the essential oils. Then in the onion waste, it is divided into two major parts. One is the inedible parts consisting of the head and peel. And the next is whole onion bulbs, that is they may be overripe or the discarded ones. So here again, through the sequential treatment, we are obtaining different products, but the main target products of interest include the essential oils, then the onion extract, and the natural onion juice. Coming towards the cacao pod waste, here also after the sequential treatment, in cacao, there are three major parts, that is the husk, mucilage, and the bean shell, which are often discarded. So from the husk, with the drying treatment, we are obtaining the cacao husk tea. And from the mucilage, that is the pulpy juice of cacao, we are obtaining coca, which are the premium products. So as indicated earlier, similar types of substrates can also be used and upcycled into the value-added products. So the first category includes the fruits. The second column includes the vegetables, which can be used. And the third, the ones which do not fall under F and V category.
Next, this is the integrated factory layout that we are proposing. Here, I would like to specify that the extract separation unit is basically a hydrodistillation unit, which also uses steam explosion. The special equipment unit is the lyophilization that is majorly required for bromelain. And the treatment tank is a digester, which would help us convert into dietary fibers or biomass into manure. All the packaging is done separately and is stored in product warehouse under particular conditions. Next slide, please, Garusha. Next, we have a very proposed probable costing. Garusha, are you there?
I think whoever was presented had stopped sharing. That's why.
Okay.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, Karisha.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had an internet glitch. I'll just share it again.
No worries, Garusha. I'm sharing.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So we propose the approximate costing for the given 3 units, and that would be the initial setup along with the acquisition of the land would cost us around 4.5 crores. And the total profit per month would be 35.5 lakhs, whereas the break-even point on a very approximate basis is 1.42 years. The description of each product, if required, is mentioned in the annexures.
So the starting with the SWOT analysis. So the very basic strength that we possess is basically that we are consuming waste and we are kind of producing the value-added products. And one of the importance of this is that those value-added products have a quite established market in India. So moving on to our weakness, like since it's the novel concept, so starting our concept or just picturing it further, we think that we might in starting struggle with the supply as well as the segregation of the waste. So due to arrival of pandemic and due to the Western trends that India is influenced by, we have consumers that are quite now inclined towards the sustainable and healthier options that are available to them, which is one of the great opportunity for us. So aligning with the weaknesses, we have our competition among the quite established people or the quite established factories that are working in India. Because since we are going towards more greener and sustainable technology, there are cheaper alternatives available in form of synthetic products.
So here is the team behind the whole concept, and we would like to wish you all a happy upcycling.
Thank you, Team Ajuba. We have a jury for a Q&A.
Hi, Team Ajuba. This is Geeta. I have a question. So who is your target audience for these products, and how do you think you will use them with your end users?
Actually, there are certain products like talking about the essential oils, and so we are targeting B2B. Like we'll extract the oils or extract the products from the waste that we have obtained, and we'll send them to like pharmaceutical company or the cosmetics industry that can make use of it. While the two of our products, that is Kaute and Copa, is our B2C concept, which we will be launching on our own. By making use of the cacao husk and the mucilage that is not being further used in the chocolate industry.
And who is the audience for your B2C product? Are they like health conscious people? What do you think? Who will buy these products because they're so innovative and new and not known?
Initially, we go for a more upper middle class and upper class as a luxury products. We would be introducing them as a luxury product. so that we would be able to assess what the exact needs are for the people. And later on, we plan to go for a more wider public domain.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Team Ajubas. What would be your sourcing channels? As you rightly said, there is around 1 trillion of 1 trillion worth of waste, I would say spread across the world. In case you are planning to start anything which is targeting a geography, you're talking about something which is perishable, and also, you have to have a certain logistics or supply chain to collect the waste and then start processing. So any thoughts you have given? What will be your sourcing channels, and what will be the distribution channel, because you are planning for a B2C kind of a setup?
Yeah, so initially we were thinking that we have a very good idea about the market present in Nasik, and the amount of onion waste that we get from Nasik is huge. So initially we were thinking of starting with there, where our products would be B2B, and then slowly, as our R&D gets strengthens up with Kaute and Coca, we would be moving into a larger market.
But you mentioned your initial investment of the order of 4.5 CR. So
Yeah.
if targeting one specific city is going to give you a break even, like how much processing you need to come up with a certain, I would say, the cost or the investment needs to pay off in a certain amount of time. So looking at that, how are the financials looking like? There was a slide where you were mentioning about the costing and all. If you can go back to that. Yes. So in this, you are mentioning, any recommendation on how much tons of material you need to be processing?
Yeah, so the profit and the product, raw material and the packaging cost that we've calculated is based on the waste that these three lines would be giving us. And we've taken 100 kgs of waste from each line, and approximate time that we had calculated based on the capacity of the capacity of the machinery. It gave us a working day time of 2 days at least.
No, but 100 kgs of waste you are
So based on that, we've
processing.
calculated the profit.
So you are processing, 3 lines are there, processing 100 kgs of waste each line. And for that, you need an initial setup worth of 4.5 CR.
Yes,
Okay.
along with the land acquisition and all the insurance and setting up of the electricity lines and everything.
Okay.
Okay, so team.
Sorry, Ranjit, go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, because this is a rework utilization, you'll be using the waste. So how will you monitor the quality of the raw material which you will be using in this product? Because some of it won't be good, some of it will be good. So how will you do that thing? And secondly, I think Ashish already covered, but still would like to understand in terms of that is how Ashish spoke about the initial cost, but I would like to ask on the operational cost. Will it be economical to extract these ingredients because they are at very lower percentages? And so would we get that? Do we have a market for that? Because we are extracting it and the extraction cost will be higher, or still we can make some profits out of it?
Yeah, so this is the approximate costing that we had come up with. And these costings we took majorly from India Mart and some other service. Like Kaute is actually has a wide market in Europe. And the prices that we have are approximate and on a lower range towards it. We've considered the electricity cost in miscellaneous costs over here. The contingencies and the working capital margin money has also been included.
Yeah, and adding on to Nidhi's statements, we actually had more types of products that we could formulate out of the three representatives that we have shown. Examples are like liquid soap or scrubs and other cosmetics. But we ended up with these specific products based on the cost efficiency, like if the product is covering the operation cost or not. Yeah, so
And how
the
will you
products.
how will you take care of the raw material quality?
Actually, we did a little literature survey on that, like raw material, since it is waste, so it is more or less the same except the dietary fiber content. But it is more or less the same, like it's the range that we have mentioned, and also we have not mentioned the 100% recovery in any case anyways. It's like 60 to 70% recovery that we have mentioned. So considering all those things, even if it has a little low quality, we will get a sufficient quality in the product.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Majuba, I see a lot of numbers, uh, percentage in terms of recoveries. So, are these theoretical numbers, or how did you come up with these numbers?
These are all from the literature and the market survey that we have done. Although wherever you can see the R star, that is what we, the recovery rate that we believe would be there. It can be more, but more R&D is required for that. But it's at least this percentage.
Certainly, you are right. More R&D would be required, but considering theoretical and when you actually perform and go into practical mode, uh, depending on your processing units and depending on the level of purification, uh, at what level of purification you will go, you may not be able to achieve these theoretical numbers. So, have you given a thought about your recovery and then the cost of your final product or the processing cost?
Yes, I think I am not able to, explain it very clearly. So the theoretical numbers are only like how much percentage is the waste part. Like I have mentioned, 25 to 30% of total process waste. That is from literature, where literature mentions that okay, we have 0.2% essential oil in from the oil waste. We are extracting like only 0.12%. Based on that margin, that maybe there's a difference between the research and the actual industry.
I would also like to add that not only over here have we given an approximation and considered errors, but also during calculation of the proficiency and calculation of the break-even points, we've considered only 80% proficiency of our calculations, and hence we've considered a break-even point of 1.4 years. But I would still like to add that we expect to break even point coming for after around 2 years.
Thank you.
I
Team,
think go on, Rohit.
okay. So a few questions, but because you've approached this from a waste point of view, I'll keep that context. And first of all, congratulate the depth of thinking. Okay, because it's really tough to look at the whole impact cycle and the entire scheme of things. So congratulations on keeping that outlook. Okay. Now there are multiple areas now, and you've given three representatives in terms of fruits, vegetables, and um, well,
The non-FNV category, all the other.
yeah, exactly. So now, what is the smallest possible scale at which you would uh, think of starting, and kind of increasing the number of waste streams, etc., or specialized waste streams that you would be targeting, is my question, so that you are able to maximize the impact on these kind of waste being sent to landfill, say for instance. Yeah. So how do you maximize your impact?
I think the concept that we have presented is like will be like second or third step maybe after we start. The first step would definitely be R&D, and we would like to produce products which already have the B2B market, like which already have the market, and we will just test how our prototype is setting in. After that, the second step would be our premium products like the Kaute and Coca, and R&D involving that. After we have established the small scale market for ourselves, then we would like to scale it all up and start with complete utilization of waste streams.
Okay. And sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
So adding on to Karisha's point, I would like just like before that to be starting initially with these products that are quite available. So after optimizing all these aspects that we have mentioned, so after optimization, we can conclude something like here on the basis of literature survey, we are telling that this is possible. So after the optimization process, when we are able to obtain those products, then we will be quite on the clear path that what all yields and how much profit can be take out from those things, and accordingly then we can proceed with the process that can be quite optimized with the on other three categories.
I would
Okay.
also like to add here that since we're talking about optimization and maximum yield that we can afford, what we are thinking of is combining all the three lines into one, and hence a single plant would be able to do that. Obviously the scaling up would have to be done once many different types of waste would be added on, but a single plant will be able to do it because many things such as pressing and juicing, drying and grinding units, these are common for nearly all of the products.
Okay. And you have mentioned regarding competition for the final products, right? Whether it is on the B2B space or on the B2C space. Have you given a thought about there actually being competitors for your raw materials, which are waste?
For the
Well,
go ahead, Darshan.
Yeah, well, yes, actually, some are competitors, but there are many industries who are not actually utilizing waste as their substrate. A few examples, I cannot name actually the brands, but there are a few, like I know a few things in cosmetics. They do not utilize waste because it is not stable source of as their raw material. So they tend to go with the complete crop maybe or whatever the source is, but they utilize the complete thing and not the waste. So there are both the things. Some are utilizing waste, but where they are not utilizing waste, we can supply them the materials or ingredients.
I'm just pushing you to think a bit more because the waste doesn't, as on today, just pile up in the companies and the places which are generating it. Yeah, it gets picked up, and waste is a lucrative industry. Yeah, so you might not necessarily be able to source your waste at the rates that you have imagined, especially as you start to put the product out there and are able to convert it into these high margin things. So a continuity and novelty in research and being able to put out either better quality byproducts or be able to tackle novel waste sources is key. So if you think of that, would you place yourself as the product being your primary product, the way you have looked at it, or is would you see a greater value in the research itself and the technology behind these conversions?
So initially we did think about signing up contracts with either farmers or companies so that we keep getting the waste at a regular basis and at a appropriate economy. But yeah, I would say later on as we go ahead with our plan, we would definitely go for more technologies which would be which would yield farther more purity and farther more higher grade of compounds.
Okay, thank you, team.
Adding on to Nidhi's point, I would like to say that I have been to such companies, like I have seen that there is a constant supply from the big giant companies that they are taking from a kind of like from farmers or from the small companies that are working. So there is a constant supply. Like talking about our concepts, so we'll be needing it every 2 days. So yeah, there can be collaborations made with the big industries
Sorry
that
to
might
cut
help
you
us
in
in
between.
providing.
Yeah, so we have done with our time.
Thank you so much, team Ajuba. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, team, and thank you, Judy, for your wonderful question. Serena, we have come to, looks like that, we have come to our end of the session. Main session, I would say, presentations. And now we will need to give some time to our jury members to huddle and, exchange their scores, discuss, and come back to us with the top 3 winners for the first season of Mondelez Mavens.
Absolutely. Truly exciting time. And I'm sure that while we wait for the jury deliberation and the results to be out, we can't just, let our audience not have anything to do. So we have put up an interesting and insightful session for our audience. And it has been done by a few young members of our Mondelez family. Uh, we have Shubham and Lavanya to take you through. And can we have them on stage, please?
Over to you guys.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Lavanya, it's been such an amazing day with groundbreaking innovations and thought processes, and so much of ideas flowing around, and their magic is completely glaring through, and it is unraveled in front of us. And Mondelez is surely enriched with so many original ideas.
Yeah, Shubham.
And
I couldn't agree more. But now that we have listened to their ideas, what say we give them a little idea about what Mondelez is all about? How our snackalicious hearts beat here at Mondelez.
Absolutely. But what are you getting at?
Dude, I'm talking about how Mondelez has been impacting the world and what all hatke things we've been doing here. Don't you think we should give our budding Willy Wonkas a little sneak peek into our magical world?
Sounds interesting. Let's see what you have in store for us.
Awesome. So, guys, we all know how COVID has taken a toll on all the local businesses around the country and imposed such a big disconnect between the consumers and shopkeepers. Doing our small bit to help last Diwali, we introduced to India not just a Cadbury ad, with the king of Bollywood himself, Shah Rukh Khan. Let's take a look at the video.
Big businesses and brands that suffered during the pandemic found their way back, but the smaller stores still suffer.
This lockdown has been a real tough phase of my life. I mean, I have seen bad days, but this was the worst.
Last year we helped small businesses through Diwali, so this year we decided to bring it back. Presenting not just a Cadbury ad. This Diwali, we helped hundreds of small businesses by making India's biggest brand ambassador be their brand ambassador.
इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास वाले फैशन नोवा एम्पोरियम से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना और फिर एम्पायर फुटवेयर नाम तो सुना होगा अपना स्टाइलिश चश्मा बगल वाले हेवन आई ऑप्टिशियन से ही लेना सिद्धि विनायक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से लेटेस्ट स्मार्टफोन खरीदकर धमाकेदार सेल्फी पोस्ट करना
क्या कर रहे हो मीठा लाए कि नहीं
लाया हो ना यार अपने पास वाले रोशन किराना से आप भी अपना मीठा वहीं से लेना
We used machine learning to recreate Shah Rukh Khan's face and voice to take the local store names in the ads.
इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास वाले चॉइस ऑफ फैशन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना पास वाले आजकल फैशन से ही रॉयल फैशन से ही एनके क्लॉथ्स से ही पास वाली लक्ष्मी कलेक्शन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास
Different versions of the same ad with local store names were targeted as per the PIN code of the viewer, showing them only the nearby stores. But it is impossible to cover all the stores. So we gave the power to the people to create their own version of not just a Cadbury ad. Any small business owner could promote their stores through their own social media networks like WhatsApp forwards and other social media pages.
शाहरुख खान मेरी दुकान का ऐड करें हमारे आसपास की जो दुकानें हैं उनकी दिवाली भी तो मीठी होनी चाहिए
Cadbury celebrations, not just a Cadbury ad.
Yeah, Shubham, wasn't that so cool?
Yeah, actually, when I first saw the ad, my mind was completely blown regarding the technique they used. So, in continuation to this, Mondelez has never shied away from making a defining impact on the community and riding the very, evolving brand and bandwagon of Gen Z trends. Oreo, being one of the most popular Gen Z favorite brands, made recent headlines with its previous rainbow themed social media posts and general neutral pronoun packs. Since October 2020, Oreo and an organization P Flag National are encouraging members of the LGBTQ community and their families to share their experiences of those first coming out conversation with their loved ones, to inspire, educate, and bring attention to those pivotal first words. Oreo and P Flag released a limited edition Oreo cookie package, rainbow cookie, in celebration of LGBTQ History Month. And surprisingly, the cookies were not sold in stores and were instead given to fans to reward acts of allyship for the LGBTQ community. Let's take a look at the video.
Hey. Hey. You okay? I'm good.
Here.
Look at you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, baby.
Mom, this is Amy.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you.
Hey, Dad. Hey, I'm Amy. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, yes, please.
Homemade jam. It's really challenging to beat
Oh my goodness.
Nice to see you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You just wanted my help, I know.
All over your face.
You're the cutest little
enough.
baby.
There you go. Happy birthday.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
Night. Night.
Good night.
John. Is that your dad? What is he doing? Dad.
Did I do it right? I love you. You like it?
I love it.
Ogilvy, in collaboration with Mondelez, recently recreated the iconic 1993 cricket ad "Kuch Khas Hai," which I believe everybody has watched here, but with an ingenious twist. This time, it's a women's cricket match in progress that is being, observed by a man on the sidelines, munching on dairy milk. So when his girlfriend scores the winning score, he breaks into a celebratory dance and rushes onto the field to hug her while the Asli Swat Zindagi Ka tagline song plays in the background. Let's take a look at this iconic video.
कुछ खास है हम सभी में, कुछ बात है हम सभी में,
Cadbury's Dairy Milk.
As a brand that has always promoted gender inclusivity, contemporizing an iconic campaign is our way of recognizing the changing times and extending support to all the women trailblazers. An extension of our ongoing generosity narrative, the film also lands the message of how taking small steps, yet significant steps, can acknowledge the achievements of women and would make the world a better place to live in.
Okay. So true. You know, Shubham, watching campaigns like these makes me feel so proud of being associated with a company like ours, where even big social issues are portrayed so simply. But we here at Mondelez also love our playfulness equally, which we portray through our brands. Did you see the latest Valentine's Day promotions this year? Not only did we have the How Far Will You Go to Make Them Blush campaign for our yummy new silk heart blush with a cute little pink heart, but we also saved all the singles out there from the dreaded question, what are you doing this Valentine's Day? They could just say, I'm going to my cousin's wedding without having to lie. And how, if you ask? Well, the brand took over an island off the coast of Karnataka and renamed it My Cousin's Wedding. Talk about innovative solutions. Let's take a look at both these ads.
In India, teenage romances are frowned upon, making most romances secret romances. Enter Silk Secret Messages. This Valentine's Day, Silk helps young lovers to express their love in the grandest way without the world finding out. Simply scan the pack, write them a super cute message, and share the link with your loved one. When they point their phone at any Silk ad, our AR will turn it into a secret message for their eyes only. So they can see your secret love message all over and no one else can. While the world sees 500 Silk ads, young lovers exchange over 1 million secret messages.
Valentine's week can be a real drag. The cringy music, the cheesiness, and everyone always asking you,
Hey, what plans for Valentine's Day?
5-Star presents the Valentine's Day Alibi. You can now say,
I'm not in town. I'm going to my cousin's wedding.
And you won't be lying. Because we've just taken over an island and renamed it My Cousin's Wedding. We've created the perfect alibi. You'll be completely unreachable and as far away from Valentine's Day as humanly possible. Just scan a special edition 5-Star and you could spend Valentine's Day right here doing the best thing possible. 8 5-Star. Do nothing.
Mondelez did not stop there. It went even a step further by inaugurating one of a kind, the Purple Room in Mumbai. The Purple Room is home to the first ever 3D Cadbury chocolate printer in India. And you can see it in the Bombay Kurla complex, all the Mumbaikers here. That will allow consumers to curate their own, box of customized 3D chocolates. The Purple Room, through its innovation, creativity, and personalized solution, gives the consumers an elevated experience and a new way of what I call shoppertainment. Shoppers will get to consume their favorite brands in a new avatar to enhance their, shopping experience, as original milkshakes will be made in live counters from Dairy Milk, Boneville, 5-Star, and Oreo. Shoppers can also get to experience the company's consumer-centric campaign, Madbury, by playing a simple game and curating their own version of Cadbury.
The Purple Room and Madbury are indeed examples of how we keep consumers at the heart of all our decisions. We at Mondelez are strongly driven by our purpose of empowering people to snack right, and our product launches and brand acquisitions across the globe prove just that. Catering to all the vegan audiences in the UK and Ireland, we launched the Cadbury Plant Bar containing 100% plant-based ingredients. Instead of using dairy, almond paste was used to mimic the taste and texture offered by milk. In fact, this product has also been certified by the Vegan Society. And as if all that wasn't enough, even the wrapper uses plant-based packaging. Another launch for our vegan audiences in the UK was the Philadelphia plant-based, which delivers the same great taste and creaminess of the original Philadelphia cream cheese spread using almonds and oats. And Mondelez didn't just stop at riding the wave of veganism and alternative protein. It has taken the mantle of leading the world of snacking from the forefront with its unique well-being portfolio, promoting guilt-free snacking. As consumers now increasingly look for on-the-go snacks that could be for mid-morning hunger, for mental stimulation, or even to break fatigue as they spend most of their time at home. With that, they are nowadays making discerning snacking choices that deliver both goodness and taste, a pandemic-infused change that is here to stay. With the Fuse Fit launch in India, Cadbury forayed into the snack bar category with all the pomp and glory. In UK, we acquired the protein snack bar maker Grenade, foraging into the ever-growing consumer demand for performance nutrition and low-sugar snacking options. Through our Snack Futures Innovation Hub, which promotes disruptive early-age startups, Mondelez invested in Uplift Food, a US-based startup focused on prebiotic functional foods. As a result of the partnership, Uplift Food recently launched Gut Happy Cookies. A first of its kind, this functional snack focused on gut health, providing a dose of prebiotics and probiotics in certified organic sandwich cookies. These plant-based, grain-free, and keto-friendly cookies are high in fiber and contain 8 grams of protein per serving. And these were just a handful of things that we here at Mondelez have been up to. Now let's see a short video that captures the essence of Mondelez.
We are Mondelez International, home to some of the world's favorite snacking brands. Our purpose is to empower people to snack right by offering the right snack for the right moment, made the right way. This is the purpose that guides our work, making a broader assortment of delicious, high-quality, global and local snacks that nourish life's moments and fuel our well-being. Offering a locally relevant range of snacks, from indulgent to wholesome, that are convenient, mindful, and delivered in innovative formats. Celebrating our proud heritage of makers and bakers, advancing sustainable sourcing and packaging, and obsessing over consumer-inspired quality. Together, we're making great progress to achieving our goals. We are a passionate team of 80,000 makers and bakers located all over the world, and we've got everything we need. Snacking is a great market to be in. It's a growing global trend. We've got a strong footprint in more than 150 countries around the world, including an unrivaled presence in emerging markets. We're operating in fast-growing snacking categories with strong market positions. Building on these strengths, our strategy is to create value over the long term by accelerating consumer-centric growth, driving operational excellence, and building a winning growth culture. We're well set to lead the future of snacking.
So awesome. As we saw here, Mondelez is leaving its footsteps in a robust domain ranging from impacting human lives to embracing the trendiest of technologies out there to transform the way consumers interact with food as well as the art of gastronomy. So through this pioneering Mondelez Mavens event, we just aim to leave you guys with something of value, an understanding of what we stand for and what we envision to transform and how to transform the future. Hope we can sow the seeds of inquisitiveness, innovation, and the very thought, what if? Thank you, guys.
Okay. So before we move to the results, let's get a feel of how the last 3 hours have been enjoyed and how did it go for the participants from the jury itself. Can we have a stage on the stage, Geeta and Subhashish, for some feedback? Hi Subhashish, hi Geeta.
Hello. Hey, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Geeta, we can.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So first of all, I would like to thank the Mavins organization team for organizing such an amazing event and spending so many hours, planning for it, making sure that people are aware of what they need to do and getting all the people together. So thank you so much, team. Amazing work there. I would also want to thank all the students who participated into this competition and made it so interesting. So thanks all for all your work. I know it was not very easy because some of you are not, present physically in the colleges and working remotely. So thanks so much for all the efforts that you have put in to get these presentations out. Very, very wonderful event. I think one of the, very interesting event I attended in this technical field. Everybody presented very well. There was a lot of technical content, a lot of consumer centricity. So the even if it was a waste utilization work that you guys have done, it was still a lot of consumer centricity that you applied and tried solving consumer problems. So which was very, very good. Everybody had a good technical depth. You tried covering all aspect of product development, right from how to develop a concept to how to commercialize and then packaging also. And you guys used technology to the T, which was impressive. So all of you, I tried, imitating the packagings and making 3D models and stuff like that. So very well done on using the technology to make it interesting virtually. Overall, a very good show. We are all impressed thoroughly with the ability that you guys have as a young, technologist. So keep it up. We look forward to seeing some of you in Mondelez soon. So all the very best for your future, whatever you decide to do. You guys are all amazing. So thank you so much for participating in this event.
Thank you so much, Geeta. Subhashish, we'd like to hear from you how the presentations were, how was the quality of the concepts?
I just realized I was on mute, so sorry for that. I think thanks Geeta, thanks Reena. I think it has been an wonderful last 4.5 hours, I would say. Okay, means we didn't realize that this much of time has passed. We thoroughly enjoyed the whole process, and I was part of evaluating in some of the earlier rounds as well, and kind of amazed by the diversity of thoughts and the solutions that you guys has come up with in terms of the different solutions that are come up with for the same problem. So means I was amazed by the energy and passion. I think it is contagious. Okay, thoroughly enjoyed that, and the kind of the solutions you have come up with, it's like complete as a business model, with almost felt like, okay, with some bits and pieces changes, you can actually take it to the next level. Okay, so congratulations. I know this has been a lot of hard work in last a month or so, but means we learned a lot from you guys. Okay, and we were wondering, like, wow, with the right impetus, I think people can do wonder, right? So we are also energized with the whole process. This is the first time we're doing it, and we really enjoyed the whole process. So of course we want to kind of continue to do it. So, and for the last half 20 minutes, I think the juries has a really hard time to decide, because everybody performed so well. Okay, so first of all, I would like to congratulate each one of you who has made it this far. Okay, so yes, we have to probably choose top three, but everybody is a winner. So I think keep that spirit, and with that, probably I will hand it over to Rina and Rati.
Thank you, Shubhashis. I think very well said.
Yes, absolutely. We have so much, fresh talent and fresh thoughts around us. It has been truly energizing over the last 3 hours. I think now, as we are, coming to the big grand moment for today, it's a moment we've all been waiting for. It's time for us to announce the results. And to do that, we have with us Varinder, Hargo, and Salil. Could we please have them on stage, please?
So, Vinder, would you like to, say a few words to all the participants and all the event audiences who are watching us?
Sure. Thank you, Rati. Thank you, Reena. Really wonderful event. I think I echo everything that Geeta and Subhashis just mentioned. It's been an amazing experience. So well done to everybody who has been associated with the event, right from our organizing team, from Mondelez, the jury, and of course, all of you guys, the student community, and your faculties who probably would have helped you. It was really impressive work, and overall very thorough work, great ideas, a lot of creativity in the content, presentations, use of digital, and a very good balance in the technical rigor as well as the business acumen, considering you guys are just starting your career. So very well done, everybody. This was, as I think some of my fellow colleagues have said, this is the first time we have also done it at a scale, and it has really helped us to really connect with a lot of you guys at the same time, which perhaps wouldn't have been possible if we were to go to individual campuses. It has also given us like a lot of learnings, and our request to everybody who has participated in this event is to please share your feedback so that we can build on this and make it even better next time. Now, considering this is a competition, of course we have to have the winner. While I think it has been a great learning, but at the same time I'm sure you guys would also have a good learning throughout the program. You also perhaps now have a good network of coaches and mentors in the industry. So before we start announcing the winners, I would also like to congratulate all this group of 6 top teams. You guys, everybody in this team is a winner. As Subhashish also said, it's basically you have already, gone through the whole competition of, I think we had 50 odd teams and you are the top 6. So feel proud of that fact. Before thinking about anything else, I think everybody will be a winner or a learner. So and I think what we really don't want is that any of you who might not be able to get into one first, second, or third position start feeling like, hey, I really could have been blah blah blah. Like, don't start to really agonize about whatever the result is. I'm sure you have hundreds of examples from India as well as overseas of great entrepreneurs who have stumbled over a few times before they made it and made huge empires. Yeah, I hope that this doesn't end up being some sort of a negative incident for you. It rather becomes an inspiration for you. So my invite to you is rise and shine. As Winston Churchill also said, no success is final and no failure is fatal. It is the courage that counts. So with that, I will hand over to my colleagues to perhaps start announcing the runners up. And I think we start with you, Hargo.
Thanks, Varinder. And fantastic effort by all the teams. I would not keep you long and I would not keep you waiting. So I would go ahead and announce the first runner-up for today. And compliments to Team Prime Protein Chips, ICT Mumbai. A huge round of applause for the team. E-applause, we can say. And congratulations to the team. Congratulations to our first runner-ups. I'm looking forward to the other announcements of second runner-up and the first team. So over to Reena, over to Salil.
Salil, you're on mute.
Salil, you're on mute, I think.
Yes, thank you. So I just want to say that, just going to take 1 minute before I announce the second runners-up. This is, a series of, different competitions that we in Mondelez have started. We already have Mondelez Maestros. We now have Mondelez Mavens. And I think it's been an amazing experience to work with different campuses, bunch of students and coming up with these ideas. We as a part of our employer brand will continue operating in this fashion, and we are really, really humbled by the participation of different campuses and the energy and enthusiasm the students have shown. So, hats off to them, for this energy and enthusiasm. And with this, I announce the second runners-up. It is Team Titans from IIT Kharagpur. Congratulations.
Waiting for the ceremony.
We'll have the
card. We'll have them on screen shortly.
Sir, actually, we all are in the campus, and we just now 2 minutes ago only our Wi-Fi stopped. Like we are on a power down.
Oh.
No worries, but you're still the winners, second runners-up. Congratulations, Team IIT Kharagpur.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You may be powered down there, but the brightness of the award is still shining on you.
Okay, so the time for now grand award and the winner of the competition. It's my pleasure to announce the winner of this inaugural Mavins competition and our hackathon for R&D. And the winner is Team Ideal from Niftam Thanjavur. Congratulations, team.
You guys look super happy, man. Amazing to see your excitement on the screen. So happy to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Well done, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Tonight is a party night.
Congratulations, everyone.
It's going to be forever. Yeah, you're the first winners of Mondelez Mavens ever. So that's going to be a very special achievement for you.
And it will be very easy for you to remember the date. I guess we have a special date today as well, right?
Yeah.
If anybody is following up, it's a very special date as well today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, to all the winners, to all the three winners, enjoy the moment. And it's a reward for your hard work over the last 3 months. And as I said to everybody else, guys, it's only first step. All the very best. You've been all fantastic. And we are we are totally impressed. I think jury was splitting their hair to decide on the winners. So yeah, it's all power back to you.
True, Varinder, and I think big congratulations to the winner to have finished the journey on top, and compliments to other teams in finale for making it really difficult for the winners, and not just for winners, but also making it really difficult for our jury. You drive the competition hard, and you make way for the real innovation. And like I said at the start of today's session, it's how you choose to use the learning from this journey which will be more important. So hearty congratulations to all of the students who started this journey with us and participated in this festival of mutual growth and development. Hope you have enjoyed your journey. And a big thanks to the organizing committee. I mean, I at least couldn't close it without that. So it is never easy to pull a contest at this scale, starting with a big group of 250 students, putting them through rigorous milestones and helping them shine at each stage takes a lot of great gumption and solid efforts on the ground. So thank you for your commitment to the program, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, jury.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. So, Reena, we have just last mile of our whole long session of 4.5 hours today. But I think without showing our appreciation, thank to the relevant people who really worked at the back of this event and at the front as well. So over to you to, have a vote of thanks for everyone involved.
Thank you, Rati. Truly, it has been an action-packed afternoon, and now we are at the end of what has been an insightful journey for all of us. It was an absolute honor to be part of this wonderful event. On behalf of the Mavens team, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone who was involved in the event. The D2C team, thank you for this wonderful virtual environment. Our enthusiastic team of Mondelez Mavin volunteers, you know who you are, thank you very much. Our judges for every round of screening and for the grand jury today, a big thank you. Our MDLZ mentors for the final 6 teams, thank you for putting in your time and grooming our young and fresh talent. A big thank you to the extended R&D and people team at Mondelez India for all your continued support. And most of all, thank you to the institutes and the students for your enthusiastic participation and our lovely audience who has joined us on the event on YouTube. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us and helping us make the first edition of Mondelez Mavens a grand success. Let's give ourselves a wide round of applause, and thanks to everyone for making this a memorable event. Till we see you again, keep snacking right, and we'll be coming back soon with a short list for PPIs. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening and great rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.